Did you not line the camera up?
I guess I didn't.
It's always something.
It's always sunny and... Oh, that made it worse.
The camera has to... I don't know why you moved just the table. The camera has to be adjusted. You're like... I can't believe you moved the table and went that way.
I was trying to, like, center it before... Whatever.
I know
something that equally doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do, but it doesn't make it any different.
Hi, Connor. Hello, Steve. Thank you both for being here to witness the stupidity.
You can be heard, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Oh boy, I'm so glad it was 10 minutes of shit we already knew and 5 minutes of new content. The Mario Kart World Direct. I didn't care.
I put it on in the back. I didn't really expect anything.
I didn't even watch it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. All hype I've had for the Switch 2 has been absolutely obliterated. I'm not excited.
Why? Because the price?
Just because of everything that's been going on with Nintendo recently.
Yeah.
Like how they're responding is more so what's kind of getting me
I don't care.
It's an ick for me, dog.
It's fine. It can be.
I'll buy it eventually.
I personally, the thing about the whole Nintendo thing and the price thing is I still stand by the fact that like what they're saying is not as surprising as people are saying.
Yeah, I know.
And Nintendo has never been this shining star of like of like greatness in or like great behavior in the gaming industry.
Yeah, no way.
Like
even when Reggie and Iwata were in charge, there were moments.
And like even if you want to be like, okay, well, just because it's not shocking doesn't make it better. No, but it also, don't like no one should be sitting here just like, Nintendo, where it's like
Nintendo betrayed us.
It's like the same. Yeah.
Take down all my fucking shit. I don't know why I started a gaming channel in the first place.
It's just such a weird thing to be because it's like also like so many people like you said you're like, oh, I'll buy it eventually, but you're not gonna buy it day one. Maybe you'll buy it eventually.
Yeah.
But I know some people that are also like, but we'll buy it day one.
But still gonna try to buy it day one.
I just say it like I've said this multiple times, especially on this specific game stream where it's like, don't be a fucking keyboard warrior. Don't waste our time.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah, just do something else.
Just
touch crack.
Just buy what you're gonna buy, like what you're gonna like, and move on.
Look, man, the price sucks. Nintendo response sucks, but I'm not gonna let it stop me from being excited for something. Well, it did for me, unfortunately.
Again, to each their own.
It's not that I'm still like, I want to Switch 2. I want to play Mario. I want to play Kirby. I want to play all this stuff. But it's more so of just like, it's just the constant barrage of like, it was like, the Switch 2 Direct and then bad. I'm like, I don't even want to fucking hear of the Switch 2 anymore.
I think the worst, honest to God thing has been people reacting like...
It's the people.
It
for
is,
definite, too. Because people are also reacting to spread misinformation, too.
Well, and on top of that, like, the price... First of all, this is not our first price increase in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
And it's not even... It was heavily predicted.
Yeah.
That we were going to keep getting price increases.
Yeah.
Because suddenly PS5 games are $70.
Yeah.
And suddenly, a PS5 controller is also $70.
Yeah.
And like, you get to this point
hell,
where
a fucking Joy-Con is $80.
It's like, exactly. It's like at a certain point, it's like, yeah, it's going to be more money. The next console, even more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's unlikely to go down.
Yeah.
Like, and people will keep buying it. And it's like, again, it doesn't make it right or good, but it also is basically inevitable at this point.
Yeah.
And to expect anything less is setting yourself up for failure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, by far, it's setting yourself up for disappointment every time.
I'm just saying there's a shelf that exists of where it goes too far, and we're approaching it.
Yes, but at the same time, if it's going to blow up and that will make it go lower because the wallets will finally speak, great. If it doesn't, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that point to blow up, like, I wouldn't expect it to blow up until games are like $140. You know what I mean? It's going to take a while.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
It's going to take a while because people, there's a lot of...
I would say 100. Because once it hits into the triple digits per game.
Yeah, we'll see, because you'll start to see the drop off, but there's still like better off gamers that will still be buying them left and right.
But here's the bright side of all this, right? If this whole Nintendo thing goes exactly the way that people think it's going to, and probably exactly the way it's going to, where it's going to cause Sony and Microsoft to start upping the price of their games as well, it's going to be a real good time to be an indie game developer.
Oh, wait, so the other thing that I want to say about it is Nintendo we only have really seen pricing of like Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
I don't think they've announced DK Bonanzas.
I think Bonanza's $70.
Yeah. So the thing is they've said like they're pricing it based on how they feel the quality of the game is. Yeah. Which has always been Nintendo's thing. Not in a way, Nintendo's the one that's had flux pricing the most.
Yeah.
Like you look at Sony's library over like the last 3 consoles, and most of them land at 60 when they shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But they did anyway. But with Nintendo, you have $30, $20, $60, like all over the place. You go to the eShop, it's a fucking range.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, they've always been that way. So the fact that anyone implied that every Switch 2 game is going to be $80,
yeah, that's not going to be.
It's just not true.
Yeah,
it's just not true.
It's just going to be the Nintendo games.
But even then, that's not even necessarily accurate.
The Donkey Kong.
Right. Even it's not like you might see like a smaller, like maybe they do a Kirby game that's like Game Boy 2D style, and it's very short. Yeah. And they price it at like 50.
Or hell, are they really?
You know what I mean?
I would be even surprised if they priced Air Riders to be 80.
Yeah, I doubt Air Rider. I mean, we might see a higher price for Air Riders because we've given it hype. Yeah. And there's a whole chance they haven't decided on pricing yet. Yeah. So they only showed us a concept trailer, basically. There's no gameplay. Yeah. So it's in progress. So they could based on the hype. But at the same time, it's just one of those things where it's just baffling to see people react.
Look, man, the price sucks. Nintendo's response sucks, but I'm not going to let them. Like, I can't tell my emotions to stop feeling what I do. And I also know in your Discord server, I made a bingo card of what characters we could see in the roster. And that never happened. All I got was, oh, wow, cow. Yeah, I mean...
Well, they're making that direct, basically, in response to people. Yeah. They're like, and that's... Because they even said, that's right, cow.
And that's all I'm gonna say, because I'm fucking sick of talking about it. I mean, yeah, I'm sick of hearing about it, too. But it's a thing that's happening. So what are you guys gonna do for Easter? I'm going to family.
Home.
Yeah.
Rivals.
It's the usual days.
Maybe drawing, if I feel like it.
I'm hoping to get Kirby Air Rides so that I could try out the experience before we go to Kirby Air Riders.
You got time.
You do have time. You have plenty of time.
Not a single date.
No.
Probably not 25. I would say late 26 at the earliest.
I wouldn't say late. I'd say like mid 26.
Mid to late. In that close to fall range.
Compromise.
Compromise. Doctor. That, gamers, is called negotiation.
It's fucking whatever, man. I just want to like the games. I'm not telling you can't like the games.
No, listen. And Bottles even said he might even like the game. Yeah. He's just the hype has been killed because people are just yelling about it. Yeah. Which is fair. That happens to me that happens to me not even in a bad light with like popular shit. Like Walking Dead, The Boys, Invincible. I can't watch that stuff because people go so crazy about it.
That it's like, okay, I don't really care.
I don't really care anymore.
I don't want to hear about it anymore.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like someday maybe I just can't when it's hot because it's noise to me. And then it feels like an obligation that I have to watch it. Yeah. You know? So like
that's why I don't play or watch most things.
Plus I wouldn't be surprised if we'll probably still stream Mario Kart World on the channel shortly after it comes out anyway, because I'll own it. Yeah. I'll have a Switch 2 and the game.
Even if I don't. I mean, that's how we did Breath of the Wild when the Switch came out. Yeah. Is that you brought your Switch over and we played Breath of the Wild.
And I didn't have a job back then. I just happened to get lucky that someone in my family gave me the money for a Switch. Probably my grandma. We should play the game.
Yeah, let's play the game.
Listen, FF16 is all talk anyways.
So true. Welcome to the VOD.
Welcome to the VOD. Listen, This is you titling this the lo-fi thing is great because that kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna get another like massive badass moment. We're in the settling.
We're in like the silent era.
Yeah,
right
because
now.
we went basically right from Titan into Bahamut.
Yeah.
Like almost back to back, basically.
I've been asked to find old
So this is the space between.
Water.
Because now
I don't suppose I see
Ultima
what's
has activated Primogenesis.
Yeah.
So now we kind of have to walk around and experience.
things.
Well, everyone's like, "What's going on with the sky?" You can hear that like 50 times.
Why is the sky purple?
I hate it. I don't like it purple. Turn it back. And Clive's like,
It must have been in the crates he had me carry down from Sambrek.
I can.
From the Empire to Barclay.
He's got one of the shitty LED lamp remotes.
Do you like
Treacherous
red?
waste of times.
Green,
Such
Yellow?
is the horse's lot. There's like a
brown.
patch of
I want my
storm leaves
view to be a little less yellow. If you know what I
Sorrowful
mean.
one day, then off to Canva the next. The farther
Hope you
you're
like
willing
grey.
to go, the further. Which is why there's no shortage of competition for some of the longer routes.
I want to get a Switch
I
2.
certainly
Hi,
have done
Lily.
enough for today
I wanna
to
get a
make
Switch 2
myself
as well.
Something tasty.
I'm gonna hope for a
Thanks
price
for
drop.
letting me know.
A little bit.
Wait till Christmas.
Yeah. Basically.
They love their bundles.
Yep.
That's all. We always had a pyramid of them at Best Buy. They were gone very quickly though.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah, I would.
On top of that, GameStop's getting only 100 Switch 2s per store is crazy.
I would not go through GameStop for the
No
Switch
way!
2.
Were you kidding me?
Yeah,
No.
I would not do that. And I mean, even if they weren't possibly getting so few, it's like we don't even know what the state of every GameStop's gonna be.
I know.
You know
like,
what I
am I
mean?
gonna go to fucking
Are you Milan?
Patchog? Like,
I think what's so funny too
That's
is
me.
that
What can I do
I've
for
heard
you?
like 3 times between
Greenkeeper's
different
just
friends
had a
like.
special delivery.
Like, where am I even supposed to
If
go
you want, I like
if
to
they
join
if they're
a
not
cup
like
of wine after you pack up for the day.
Walmart, major retailers
the
still
only
sell
thing well.
games.
And I
Yeah.
got a ham
It's kind of like the
handsomely
one physical
priced
media
one.
that hasn't left
Wasn't it
stores.
pretty much.
And well, like I love that people are like that's committed. They took the DVDs out of because like no one's buying DVDs.
Yeah, who buys a DVD anymore?
Like that's not on anybody but the consumer. You like the only people that still buy DVD Blu-rays are the people that are trying to be like, yeah, I buy physical, and they're wearing like a badge.
It's not like it's different with games because people still want physical
Yeah,
games.
like back in the day.
Well,
Also,
like-
and also games are used as like presents,
Yeah.
and you can't give it digital as a present like that.
Here's a card.
And on that note,
Exactly.
sounds like there's a cup of wine needing my attention.
3X
Although now,
Siege.
I wouldn't be surprised if most kids' Christmases are like, oh yeah, more V-Bucks.
From experience. Yeah. And not only V-Bucks, not even. There were some times where they're like, "Oh, I'm getting V-Bucks for my kid for like a Christmas present," and they don't even get the card; they get the code on the receipt. So it's like they're giving their kid a receipt for Christmas.
How did Christmas get worse? We beat Black Friday,
Well, you found it.
and it just got worse.
You're not here
Like
to
Black
race
Friday is
today,
not
kid.
bad because of online shopping,
Yeah.
He's just
but
doing
it just
delivery
shifted
for
to
rare
to just
vintage.
Christmas is just bland.
Yeah.
I like a cup.
You know what? I think we gotta put the Christ back in the
If you're
Christmas.
in the right place, there's not even snow on Christmas anymore.
That's so
For
true.
letting me know.
It's not
When was the
even-
last time we got snow on Christmas?
Dude, and it's always the worst part is there's no snow on Christmas. There is snow at the time you just don't want it.
Yeah, like now, like in April.
Dude, it's so crazy.
Bottles. Why is the sky purple? Fix it. Never.
Some days you
That's why I signed up for pre-order on the Nintendo website. So did I.
Yeah, I did too. I the only downside is that it's shipping, so there's a chance you might even get it after launch day, which would be rough.
Or
But-
the UPS guy might steal it from you and then scalp it, like they did with PS5s.
That would be really fucked up, but
It could happen.
it could happen. But or you get it early,
Yeah.
which happens.
And then I would stream it, and then Nintendo will ban me for piracy.
But it's really funny because it's crazy that it still happens, but it only happens because they have to make sure that they get on that truck quickly.
Yeah.
So it just so happens that the truck is ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
And it works out,
La Critura. Hello? Would you like food? Okay. What do you want? A curry? Okay.
I love that, like, for the viewers, the dialogue, like, the back and forth, not having a back and forth is funny already because maybe they couldn't hear Jess. But for those who think they're just not hearing Jess, she's not talking. Bottle's
she's
just had a
not, yeah.
one-sided conversation to figure out all that.
It's the connection.
They're like one step away from a telepathic conversation.
I nodded.
She did not.
Well, if you go by the How I Met Your Mother law, the telepathic conversation includes a lot of...
Alright, entertain the audience while I'm gone, honey. Is that what you're deciding to do?
Yeah, sure. Go!
I'm waiting for the... Whatever.
What are you waiting for? Waiting for what? Finale? Encore? Hey guys. What do you, how have you guys' days been? You guys having a good time? Having a good day? A lovely Thursday today? How about that weather? You guys know Pac-Man? You know, originally his name was Puck-Man, but they had to change it because people kept carving up the P and say the F. Shut up. Hey, you guys a fan of Sonic? Isn't it crazy that in the 90s, there was two different Sonic shows where Sonic was played by the same guy, but they had two totally different tones? One was a serious, and one was a cartoon in the vein of Looney Tunes. That's crazy. Anyway, I'm out of fun facts. Oh, man. No. A chat that I can't read from here. Hold on. Turn my volume down so that I'm not fucking overtoted. Amazing how your only two fun facts were from Scrap Over. Crazy, right? It's crazy. I don't know what Bottles expects me to do in this scenario. I'm one half of a comedic duo. Not that funny by myself. How's your day? Oh well, Lily, my day is fine. Pretty burned out all day. Kind of excited to stream this because it was going to give me something to do that wasn't sitting trying to do something at my computer. You know, stuff. I'm bitching about random players on Rivals because everyone's so stupid in that game. So stupid. Oh my god. I almost gave myself a headache last night. I didn't win a single game of comp, and I was so mad. These people don't know how to play the game. They're playing characters they don't know how to play for the first time in ranked, and I'm like, bro, play a character you're comfortable with at least. Like, it's not rocket science. It's not hard. It's not hard to be good at a game. Who is my main? Well, technically my main was Doctor Strange, but they nerfed him really hard recently. So, right now my main's technically Emma Frost.
Yo, we talking Rivals?
Talking Rivals. Right now my main is Ellie Emma Frost. They just added her, but I picked her up really quickly. and happily so, because she's really strong in the current season. But other than that, I flex a lot, so there's a few characters that I play. It's not rocket science, but is it rocket in the game? Well.
Uh-oh. And does he do science?
Your friends.
I guess, sort of. Engineering.
That's fantastic.
That's a science. That's a science. That's a science.
That's a science.
That's a science.
And the way I
How did I finish this already?
It's a small cup.
How so?
You need a big...
This is extreme thirst.
The good stuff for me. And then there's my lad.
Oh,
who
yeah,
always
funny.
sends customers my way.
And I got the smaller option.
An even-handed keeper of the peace, if ever there
I think
was
they make it
one.
like a 64 ounce.
Those three are the backbone of Buckland.
You had fun
Use any one of
facts?
them, and the
I just did the Scott
fall
Pilgrim,
apart.
the Pac-Man and the Sonic
Without
one.
the market,
That's
wouldn't
it.
have a single
That was the
customer.
bit.
Did you know
I'd say that's
that
worth a
Super
bottle of
Mario
66,
Brothers
wouldn't you?
2 is not the same in America as it is
Besides,
Japan? In
everyone
Japan,
needs a
it's
shoulder to
actually a
lean on.
game
Be they
called
well
Doki
ordinary
Doki
innkeepers.
Literature Club.
Right. I'd better prepare for my
Did you
guest's
know?
arrival.
Did you know?
I hear you have me carrying a bottle of Coke
Did you
and
know? I'm in your
66.
walls.
Let me out. Let me out. Let.
Who do you recommend if I ever get should play as to start? Emma, Luna, Emma Frost, Luna Snow, or I don't know. People force me to go in medic role.
Probably Princess Zelda.
Well, if you were to play healer, Luna Snow's a good call. She's very basic. She's very much just. You do need to aim, but she's very much just left click heals. All of her abilities are in some way. Like the only thing that she does that isn't healing is a speed boost for her, and then a damage boost with her ult. But no one really uses that. They usually just stick to the healing of the ult. Mantis is really strong, but you have to lock in with Mantis because getting headshots is like really important with Mantis. If you didn't want to play, I mean, Emma Frost is a fun tank, but she's very aggressive, and you have to be on at all times because she has Emma Frost has a little damage meter, so you have to, when you're holding the left click beam, your basic attack on people, that meter fills up and you get more damage when it hits 100. So and in order to keep it 100, you have to keep doing damage. So you have to lock in with Emma Frost. So it's really what your playstyle is. If you want to lean back more, Luna Snow is probably an option that'll be useful.
It's good to see
Iron Man's pretty chill,
And you, Clive.
pretty easy to use as a
Jim?
DPS.
Otto said he'd been attacked by a cash.
Marvel Rivals.
He's talking about
What
Marvel.
exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened.
It's a game, and we're a
Not long
gaming
after
channel.
they
I'm
found
talking about
Dark
games.
We had our first visit. There were hundreds
That's right,
of
we're a
them.
stock channel.
Tried to storm the hill.
Bye. Sounds as hell.
Uh-oh, it's all going down.
I shit my pants.
While we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're
Yeah,
sorely outnumbered.
this is what stock guys do.
What do you think, Clive?
Trade offer.
Yeah.
Did we join the fight?
Especially certain
I
specific.
thought you'd never offer. Now, where
That's
I
like
need
the-
you is
the
the
thing you
fallen
don't
I
gate.
know.
That's where the fighting is fiercest.
Specific.
I've noticed like
I totally
Come
didn't
help.
DM
Someone
women
tells me they'll be
telling them
pleased
I
to
wanted
see
to
you.
impregnate them.
We're on our
Oh,
way.
you saw that recently too?
Yeah, I sent it to you. I sent you the article that talked
Oh,
about
I
it.
didn't look at it.
When is it?
I
Wait,
heard on
stock.
YouTube.
When is this a cooking channel? No.
Yeah, this is a cooking channel now. So this is how we make a Final Fantasy XVI flambe.
This is how I light Bottles' house on fire.
I-
It's just one frame of a big ass spark. It's the last frame of GCN.
Ever. Because we just die. Oh man, Bottles died. Now we have no one to edit the video.
You don't think they've...
Gotta go with Luna Snow. I think it'd be aggressive. Well, Luna Snow. Well, no, you gotta. Luna Snow is a chill character. She stays in the back line. She heals. That's if you want to hang out. If you want to be aggressive, you gotta
How did you do
play.
that?
Good girl.
If you want to be aggressive, you gotta play like Magic, Wolverine, Emma Frost, Hulk, Thor, like Black Panther. There's a lot of aggressive characters in Marvel Rivals. They need more, I feel like they need more
Wounded.
relaxing, chill characters, man.
We deal with the Akashic first.
I saw a great tweet today that was, you know, all, you know, the nerfs and buffs really messed up the game. Like, how am I, like, oh no, it was, you know, CC really fucked up the game. Which is like the ability to not be able to, the unstoppable mechanic to have. So you can't like be like stunned or moved or whatever if you're doing a certain action as certain characters. And they're like, how am I supposed to get dive the back line with Emma Frost and Thor back there? And I'm like, if the tanks are there, someone replied, if the tanks are there, it's not the back line.
You are incorrect.
You're at the front.
You are fucked. Yeah.
Can't really kill him with a spike. I find it so funny when the guys on Discord were perplexed by the fact when I was first reading the game that I wasn't hot by the spike.
They're not that bad.
Well, it's and also like they're fought. They die really quickly. That doesn't.
Yeah, it's not like they're big, strong spider ladies from Ghostbusters 3. I have not.
To be fair, the Spider Witch in Ghostbusters jumps through my ass real bad. That fight, like, I was only, like, I think I was just trying, at that point I was still preemptively trying to avoid being in the camera. Because I didn't want that. And then she did it. In the worst way.
It's like, hello, oh!
Dude, that clip is awesome. If you guys ever want a funny time, go find our old Ghostbusters the video game, like, Let's Play.
Pete and Mikey G play
Yeah.
Ghostbusters the video game.
There's a specific part where we're fighting the Spider Witch, and I nearly shit my pants. Critically, YouTube, I'm glad that seeing the chat sending chat to all messages makes me miss messages.
This is nothing new. This is why we always change the chat.
Honest to God, it's
You are mistaken.
honestly, I'm always looking at all three.
Yeah.
If one of them doesn't show
How do you know my name?
a message that I can clearly see on another,
Yeah.
then I just
It's like, oh, okay.
I just look. We have 3 different versions of the chat.
We sure do.
But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
So Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your
I
way
feel like
back
you
to
hear
the
like almost constant sirens lately.
1,000%.
Yeah.
It's every day.
Yeah.
Multiple times a day. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
It's weird, right? It feels like we're like in the city
I know.
Yeah.
because there's like a constant noise.
It's
It's
a
like-
constant siren.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And, to
And it's
think
like, where are
we
you even
took
going?
them For thieves. A fine reward
Probably
for holding off the horde,
Either
that
two,
is.
When did
To
Wade
or
and his
from
men
crime.
arrive?
To
or
or
hospital.
Yeah.
to or from
Guardians
crime is
asked
really
the trappers
funny.
that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned.
I
It
got.
could be to or from hospital.
I gotta head out. Where you going, honey? Crime.
Going to crime.
What?
What is that? What do you mean?
You go on Snapchat and the Snapchat map and goes, he is
At
in-
crime.
At crime. What the fuck?
What is... Are you doing crime? No.
No, no, no.
I'm going to
Going
crime.
to crime. You're gonna.
You're gonna crime? No. No, honey.
gonna.
You're not listening.
You're gonna get.
You always do this.
Every time I go to crime.
Every time I
We
go
have
to
this
crime,
you think you learn?
you think you know that I'm just going to crime.
God, women, am I right?
Ugh, baby, baby farting.
Dogs.
What the? Ugh.
Mr. Krabs? Aw, man, they died.
You know what popped into my head earlier while I was
need you to
getting
get
ready?
those who can still walk
for the
up
stream.
lift to Martha's. But what
The
about-
one bit from
I didn't ask Oscar.
Brian David Gilbert's Unraveled of Crash Bandicoot,
Mm-hmm.
where he's sitting there like, now I have time to catch up on my favorite royal family.
Lord Rosfield.
Oh no!
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it,
God, what a
we thought we could
perfectly
save
executed bit.
But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Oh no.
He's got the fruit by the foot in his mouth. Oh no! That wasn't good. I
We
didn't.
need to get the injured to safety.
Why do you?
Do you think we can hold them off?
we can certainly
He is
try.
quite the legend.
That like, oh man, it'll be the best thing Polygon ever produced.
It is.
Yeah.
Then let's do our duty.
It's crazy that they stopped it.
I'm like one step away from getting like a dropout subscription.
I know. The
I'm
amount
so
of
close.
With the amount of Game Changer shorts I watch at this
I know.
point, I might as well just watch
I
the
know.
show.
That's what I mean. Like I might as well. It's not that expensive. Honestly, I probably was paying more for a Rooster Teeth first subscription for longer. Very interested to see how the new Rooster Teeth operates. Yeah. They're trying to bring it back to
Yeah.
work out like hyper corporate,
Yeah.
and I really wonder what that implies. Because it wasn't bad that it came.
Yeah.
It was just bad that Warner Brothers basically took it. You know what I mean? Like, that was the thing that killed it.
Yeah.
I mooched off my friend's dropout account. It's definitely worth it though.
Should you be saying that legally?
And what's his friend's name?
John Warner Brothers.
Hello, Sam Rake. I'm calling to report.
You know, it's me, your cousin, Alan Rake.
I don't even know that's how you say his last name. I don't think it is. I just don't want to say Reich.
Well, you just did.
Ah!
You just did.
And my last name's Wagner.
Things aren't looking good for you, buddy.
Oh shit.
German ass.
Oh, it's pretty. Sorry. I was gonna say that light. Start pointing at me. I don't know what 16 does this game, man.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's any time that the game is like, the game is good, but like, it's a lot of just
Doing stuff.
so my brain is trying to fill that space, and I just get unhinged.
What do you mean no enemies approach? I didn't even finish this enemy.
What do you mean? There's a soundbite that we have, and I don't know what it's from. It might be from the fabled Ram Ranch.
Okay.
That the guys always like to meme about. But there's a soundbite that Phil has been playing every now and then that kills me every time. And it says, 18 naked cowboys ready to be fucked.
Oh my god, that took out so much of my
And-
health.
I lose it every time because every word in that soundbite is like hanging on a ledge. It's 18 naked cowboys waiting to be fucked. What the fuck? It's just, you're like, what the hell? Browns. Rish? Reich? I'll say Reich.
If you say so. Ow. Can I get a little bit more?
Listen, I don't doubt that it's not worth subscription. I just like haven't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're right. Like I also watch a lot of shorts, but I just
And I also watch all the free episodes on YouTube.
I haven't even. The thing is, I haven't even really sat and watched those. Just because, like, by the point that I would be about to, there's like something else in my subscription feed that I will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just hasn't really been a thing. But I know if I got the subscription, I would
Watch it.
watch it. You know.
Yeah. You got the subscription.
And if not backfill, I would actively watch it as it comes out. You know what I mean? It's like I would definitely make it worth it. It's just one of those things where it's like I'm questioning myself as to why I haven't
Well, you just haven't made like.
an effort to watch any of it really, like aside from shorts. Like my attention, my short rattled brain.
Yeah, literally.
Just, I have to watch everything in short form content.
It's my stupid brain.
Ow!
Hey, can you hit this thing? No, not me, you dolt.
I mean, he did hit it, and mind you, not the way you need him to, which is physically next to it.
Hit it. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
He's just a fucking sponge.
He just takes a lot of damage, and you can only hit him on his head. You hit the shell, it doesn't do anything.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Oh, dude, one of the first matches we played last night. I think it was even the first one in Marvel Rivals. We had like a Bucky using his ult like 18 times over. They literally pushed the entire from one checkpoint to the next with just the Winter Soldier going again, and like post the 10th time you hear again, it just gets upsetting. And it's like, oh, I start getting tilted because I'm just like,
shut up,
stop running into it. We'll be better off just letting them take the point and waiting.
Yeah, literally.
Like, stop going out there.
Okay, I'm back. So WrestleMania 41 is this week. Who do you think is gonna win?
I don't know wrestling.
I don't know anyone. It's probably gonna be either John Cena or Cody Rhodes. I can't see him.
Yosemite Sam? I can't see him. Where is he?
Where's this John Cena varmint?
I'll get him.
I'll get him. I can't see him, but I'll get him. And I can't see him.
And your time is up. My time is now. It's like the most upbeat. Like,
huh?
What the hell?
I thought you turned evil.
John Cena rebrand's crazy.
Damn. His evil rebrand is kind of funky.
I want to say John
Cena?
No, it's John.
From, like, down the road.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good chance.
Yeah, especially with the way he's going to take down...
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Name a wrestler other than Cody Rhodes and John Cena and The Rock.
Macho Man.
He's alive.
He's alive.
He's back!
That would be a crazy wrestling twist.
Ooh, yeah! What? He's alive?
It's just the clip from Goofy Goober of SpongeBob seeing Patrick and
I'm a goofy goober.
I'm a Goofy Goober, yeah.
I'm a goofy goober.
Put your toys away.
I say no way.
No freaking way, man. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Is that Spider-Man?
It is. It's Bonesaw.
Okay.
Which was pretty much just Macho
Yeah.
Man.
I need health items.
What are you doing up there? Staying away from you. People say Toby didn't have quips. He did.
He has quips.
He called him Gobby.
To slow them down. Martha and the others
Sure
won't
did.
be ready.
That's not a good mistake. I also am a big fan of Spider-Man 3's fucking when New Goblin fires his bombs out and he just goes, I hate those things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a vibe.
I'm sure I would too if I was
That's,
Spider-Man.
honest to God, that's the Spider-Man I want to see more of. Just the Spider-Man who's just like, not this again.
Come on.
Fuck! Every time!
You need to do something different. Made to be broken?
That's why I... What the fuck?
What did I get that achievement for?
Did you, like, break a defense?
I don't know. Let's find out. What did I get an achievement for? Sheesh.
I didn't know that was an achievement. Why is that here? Wait, what was that? What is that? I have platinum in this game. What is that achievement?
It's not sheesh. It's sheafed.
That's still...
Land 15 shift strikes or shift shots combined. Sheafed.
What the hell?
What's the one I just got? It was like meant to be broken.
Yeah, made to be broken.
Careful whisper.
Obtain all available items from your patrons. Oh, yeah.
Where's the one I just unlocked?
Go down. Huh. Go back up. Huh.
It's over 50,000.
Go to sort by. Maybe we can sort by, like, obtained. Progress. Oh, maybe it was just you made progress.
Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. Hold on. It's telling me the trophies I don't have yet. I believe. Right?
Yeah. No, but
no, it's telling me all the ones I don't have yet. Hold on. I have to like go to the actual fucking I just want to know.
I'm just curious.
Alright, go to the home page. Oh, did you know Steve plays this game? Made to be broken. Defeat 20 enemies while semi-primed, excluding battles in the Hall of Virtue. What is that? What's semi-primed?
Limit break.
Oh.
Because primed is being Ifrit.
Okay, understood.
Semi-primed is... I'm gonna prime.
I'm semi-primed. A chocobo.
Yeah, but evil.
Gross. That's why it must die.
Remember Gardic font, LO.
But evil.
Yeah, once I learned how to chain it,
It's over.
Oh,
Can you be died yet?
boy.
How are you not dead? Die!
I was gonna say, I just hit triangle.
Something's coming.
It's me.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Stop dressing like me.
Only the first round to wait.
That's my color scheme.
Shall we?
I love Wade. He's so cool. Do you remember who Wade is?
Nope.
He was one of the guys that was with us when the whole country was killed
Oh.
at the beginning of the game.
Right.
He
Wait.
was,
No, I don't.
he was one of the two people that was meant to accompany Clive, and then all that shit happened, and they got separated. Now, I'm glad we're doing this every week, guys, because we got the DLC to help do it.
Yeah.
Where are you? Down again. Again.
Stay in the range.
There you go, buddy. I would have probably used the other ability first so that you had the little warbies going around it.
Yeah.
That's more damage. It's like it's not a lot of damage combined with the other shit. Damage slowdown thing.
I'm sorry, I'm no speedrunner.
They're gonna be your bread and butter. It's not even about the speedrun. There's actually better shit than speedrun.
True, first try. Well,
Plus with the now DLC stuff I've had changes.
it's time to die.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those games where like certain enemies that would usually make me go
Just don't.
because I'm so intensely in the game.
Die.
Plus it helps that the camera's good
Yeah.
and not
There's no
constantly-
jump scares.
It's not trying to constantly butt fuck the enemies.
Okay. No, we read that already about WrestleMania.
Do you see any more?
You know, sometimes
No.
these cutscenes they
I
move
think
like
that was the last of
Sims.
them.
Yeah, kind of. Like you expect them to be like, Karugamesh.
Well, it's just
Then
like
we
he's
come
just
up
Clive
with
just
what we can.
you know sword put in away just. But here it's just like.
Yeah. Harby Gornor. What?
What?
Harby Gornor.
You know, Robin, times like these, I always
What
like
did
to.
you find out there?
There's one thing I always like to say. Yeah, what's that?
Scores of
Flarm.
Akashic.
Well,
Flarm.
wherever they came from,
You having a
they're gone
stroke?
now. Our
Blob 'em.
lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Enough time to lick our wounds. How many of your men were injured? A damn
Day
sight less than if you hadn't
8,000
turned up.
And 3
Thank you.
of Pete makes a
It was a
How I Met
hard
Your
fought
Mother
victory.
reference that I don't understand.
Where I don't care. I will take it off that list for Discord. We will just watch it.
It's not a
And I don't care if anyone else watches it with us. I need you to watch that show
And whether that's sooner or later will
So that I can finally make references
so
with
you can understand.
view of the land and is easily defendable.
We've been friends for decades, and half of that has been me enjoying How I Met Your Mother
without me.
like 30 times.
Well,
It's like a core part of my being at this point.
of course they can stay.
I'll watch it again. I did recently.
Yeah, we'll just replace in the Discord. We'll replace How I Met Your Mother with Henry Danger.
Honestly, that one would be funny. I don't need random people in the Discord to be judging How I Met Your Mother and thusly my taste in comedy. But Henry Danger can go on there. I don't care.
Speaking of watching stuff in the Discord, watching Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, you know, watching the first 4 episodes of that show, I didn't expect to be jump scared by the "Don't let people touch you" Sonic says so quickly.
Oh yeah,
Murdoch.
It's in episode 3.
don't take long.
I wasn't aware the Lord
Yeah, I would
Commander
join for that. I just don't like Adventures of Sonic.
Yeah, that's fair. You'll join us when we get to Sonic Set AM.
I never really. I watched it as a kid. I just didn't like it.
I loved it.
It wasn't my.
Well, go on.
Thing.
Hashtag not my Sonic.
I think like, cause like I liked the Looney Tunes and stuff,
Yeah.
but I didn't like the abstract nature of the Adventures of Sonic.
Yeah.
Because it was like they were in this no man's land.
Yeah, it was just like
space
whatever.
Where it was like it's a cartoon, and that was the vibe the whole time. Was
Yeah.
It was. I was just like.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I.
Almost made it
ever.
worse.
And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems as
If you go to pick and fix it.
And that's just the story of my life.
Once told me
But yeah, no, I just couldn't get with the fucking energy of Adventures of Sonic. It just was, and it's like, I hated being that kid, but it's true. It just felt like too childish.
Yeah.
Because it felt too. I needed that, like the slapstick of Looney Tunes had a bit at a point.
Yeah.
You know.
After watching that, though, compared to Mario Super Show, which I also subjected myself to, like, not that long ago,
Yeah.
Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is just a better show.
there is only so
I never
much
watched
you
either.
learn from
Well,
movies.
I watched Adventures of Sonic, didn't like it. I
Yeah.
didn't watch Super Mario.
My problem with Super Show,
Would that really be
Is
so
that
bad? You were
other than
silent.
having Mario, Luigi,
And then
Toad,
sat
Princess
so
Peach,
rocky.
and Bowser,
Luigi, and Donkey Kong 2.
yeah,
Other sorry.
other than having those characters in it,
As much leniency as your uncle showed
it
you.
really has nothing to do with Mario
Yeah,
at
well.
all.
But also Mario at that point was relatively abstract.
Well, also Mario at that point was just Mario 1 and 2.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It was they didn't really.
But also
have-
with Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, it was just Sonic 1 and 2.
it's not as bad. Well, but they also didn't. They also the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog they kept to Extract, and then when we did Sat AM, they based it on the Archie comics.
Yeah.
So they're
No,
like
other way around. Sat AM came first.
Oh yeah, but well, my point being is that there was, you know, they went for a thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like Mario Super Show was clearly like aimless. Well, there's characters and there's mushrooms.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also like one of my main criticisms with Super Show is that Bowser doesn't do anything. Like Bowser will kidnap the princess or like do whatever scheme that he's planning, right?
The live action segments of Super Show are legitimately hilarious.
Correct. This is the only good part of the show.
Spaghetti on your oven.
Hey, fuck you, Luigi.
Hey, fuck you, Luigi.
No, there's some legitimately really great jokes in that. Like one of my favorites is when they're like they're trying to get rid of a vampire, and they're like, all right, how do you get rid of a vampire? Oh, you put a stake through the heart. What are you kidding me? Steaks are $4.99 a pound. Or try something else. And then they're like looking through the book. It's like, oh, it says right here. It's like, ask the vampire to go get you some bread, and while he's out, move.
I remember that.
Like, the live action bits are funny. The cartoon sucks. Bowser doesn't do anything. All he does is he's like, I'm gonna do this to be an asshole because I'm evil. And then Mario shows up and he's like, ah, fuck, Mario's here. I gotta go. And that's like the whole show. At least in Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Robotnik does stuff.
More arrived from the capital.
Hello, lady.
My lord.
You seem a bit misshaded.
You're
glowing.
Your hair seemed to still be moving from when you spawned in as I got closer.
Like a Kashyyyk, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
The vampire joke gets me every time.
But different.
It's also really funny that in the live action segments of Super Show, they'll legitimately have celebrity guest stars on,
No.
but not have them be there for what they do.
Then we'll look for her there.
Like, I'll never forget having Magic Johnson be a guest star in the Super Show. Not only is he exclusively in their mirror, but he's also there for a bowling trophy. Didn't know Magic Johnson was a bowler. You alright? You listening at all?
I am, but I'm like only listening. Like I shut down to just listening.
I saw it like in your face.
Yeah.
That you're just like,
yeah. I focused down to literally one track in my mind.
what's sad is that Super Show is the one where Bowser does the most. I know. It's so stupid.
Madame, please!
Madame.
The garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning. We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word.
I love how
Until
much
the Dominion
status
in days.
this owner of a brothel
I
has
know.
in his town.
I would have you do your
It's because she's got dirt on everybody.
I love her.
To me for protection, and protect them I shall, because they are my charges, and that is my duty.
I would listen. I'd
In
go to
case you
town
have
at the
forgotten,
FF16
people of
brothel.
this town are
Oh.
your charges.
Yeah,
More than that, they are yours.
Would.
100%.
Your
The whole
sisters,
brothel.
your
Easy.
brothers,
Would.
Easy.
your lovers.
Every single one of them, including the men.
Bring
Keep your
brothels
sword
back.
and watch as my sword.
I'm thinking it's time for a comeback.
She fakes the truth, you know?
Oh, come
This
back.
year. So we have. What we have left is our lives.
Her back, his back, their back.
This is the fucking good mythical morning brothels.
Bravo.
Bring 'em
back.
Let's
Should we
talk
bring
about it for a
brothels
drink.
back? Yes.
I'm listening.
Will it brothel?
I'll have a look.
What does that mean? Bowling alleys. Will it brothel? No.
No.
I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly.
It's just a really dark bit. I can't say.
No.
It was a noble
Something
affair.
tells me I went the same way, and I'm not going there.
We'll say it after the stream.
Yeah.
It'll be like a Step Brothers.
This is where the creatures come from.
We'll say it at the same time.
These creatures appeared out of thin air.
If If you could have sex with any man, who would it be?
It's hard to
John
believe
Stamos.
these days.
What?
You we gonna do that, and you say something very mild, and I say something really fucked up, and it's like, whoa.
Did we just become best friends? Hey, are you okay?
No.
You look a bit injured. What was your name again? Injured soldier. Oh.
I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right.
Stop holding your arm.
And a pack of them
Be a man.
glowing
Grow up.
things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
I saw a post on Twitter, obviously engagement bait. It was like the clip from SpongeBob where he's like trying to stop Mrs. Puff from stealing his boat. And it's like, Mrs. Puff? Yeah, that.
Yeah.
And the person just goes, 30 years later, and I still don't know why he did that. And like,
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw the same tweet.
okay.
I think they were referring to the.
No, I know what they're referring to, but
Right.
it's like,
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
pretty obvious.
It's just an old cartoon reference,
Yeah.
which is usually used when something's crazy or weird.
Yeah.
But the thing is, no. But to be fair, I went to the replies and I was like, did someone research like the origin point? Because
Yeah, no.
we've only ever seen references.
Yeah.
All the cartoons we watched growing
Yeah, they're
up,
like, oh!
yeah, like
Right.
I think the furthest back origin I can think is like an old Looney Tunes.
At least we have an idea of where the
Maybe we should quit the bit while we're ahead. You can't tell me
We
what
should
to do.
head for more.
In case someone do.
Will it, brothel?
I'm not gonna I can't do it. A church.
Will it, brothel?
Yeah, that's not what I was gonna say.
Wasn't what I was gonna say either.
Oh,
That's all they could do to escape.
so we willed that one off. The rest of the stream, it's just getting closer.
Were you gonna say this?
It's getting closer. We somehow say more fucked up things in the process.
No. What the
So
fuck?
what the fuck? Cross it on the list.
I was just gonna say a brothel. You know, it's like anti-humor. Will it brothel? Yeah, it's already one. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yo, rail grinding?
Rail
It's
It's just running on a fence.
Oh,
Rail
yeah.
Me in elementary school walking along the curb of the road.
Yeah. Rolling around at the speed of sound.
My neighbor's waiting for the bus. They're just...
That kid ain't right.
Never forget the one time it was really heavily raining out and we were waiting for the bus and one of my neighbor's parents was like, yeah, you can sit in the car and wait for the, little raining. And I just looked at them and went, I'm good. Like, it's all black.
I'm good.
To be fair, I didn't care about the rain. I like the rain. And not even, I've always liked the rain. It just always made it sound edgy because I dressed like that.
Yeah, you always wore black. Back
But
then.
like, I still like the rain, in like not an edgy way.
It's just you always put this air on of like, no,
Yeah.
I'm one with the rain
No, it's rain is my punishment.
for being so.
Give.
Should I cry?
That's just the kind of world we live in. Sometimes it gives you sun, sometimes it gives you rain. Peter, you're 13.
Sometimes it's God's punishment for me being honest.
No one's willing to say it.
Peter, where'd you get that cowboy hat? Sorry, partner.
Our partner? We're in New York.
Is that? You have weed in your mouth? Little lady, I'm 35.
I'm your mother.
Time for me to hit the dusty trail. Get on!
Where did he get a
How
horse?
did you learn to ride a horse?
I mean, cool, but like,
Where are you going? School's that way.
school. Where we're going, we don't need school.
I'm going.
That's not even a cowboy.
Going down to the old saloon. Saloon?
Saloon?
Where is the saloon? Young man, you are not going to a saloon.
What are you even gonna buy there?
Root beer.
A milk. Chocolate.
Chocolate.
On the rocks. Alright.
Like a mug with ice?
Ice. I mean, I guess I'd want it to be cold too. I
do that, but
I just didn't think.
just hey, Dylan.
That's right.
Anyway,
I can't believe I've actually gotten that in my life, by the way.
have a good time in your saloon.
You should go to your
No words.
Oh no, you fucker. I was laughing too hard. The bit was too funny.
Funny. Really laughed.
Too funny. And I died. What?
Wow. You gotta go fight the thing.
All the way back.
It's not that far.
It's 450 miles away.
Yards.
Assume you have a plan?
Yard. I don't know, man. I'm so fucking bankrupt of anything in my fucking brain.
They just left the bodies there.
Oh man.
Come on.
I can grind rails again.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Rail Canyon.
One of my least favorite stages.
Bullet Station.
Kind of
Sky Rail.
still not super happy that that's what they chose for
It
the
hit him in his
iterations.
cloaca.
I kind of wish they did other things. I really wanted Grand Metropolis. It's such a cool fucking
It is
aesthetic,
really
though.
cool.
It would have been so
much
cool
better.
in HD.
Honestly, any stage would have been better.
Yeah. Hank Castle would have been cool, but I feel like the tone would have been
Be good.
annoying. I honestly would have just preferred like a shadow stage.
Yeah, honestly.
Look.
Westopolis.
See them.
Or like
No,
the-
not with Sabos because we have Red Highway.
True. Oh yeah. From who?
Danielle.
Okay.
But while he was in the car with the kids with us,
Okay.
they're just in the back, like singing like random songs and stuff. And they're trying to sing "Let It Go,"
Okay.
but when they sing "Let It Go," they instead say "Let Me Go."
So they're just in the
That's
back.
a
Let me
ve-
go.
That's a
Let me go.
vastly darker song. It sounds like something that would be sung in like the Underground Railroad or something, like an old fucking like let my people go.
Oh my
But
god.
it's even funnier too because it's the combination of "Let Me Go" and then "I Can't Hold It Anymore."
Oh no.
Oh no.
Like, and it just
The
sounds
lack
like
of a
I'm
shadow
gonna pee my pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say yeah, well, that's the lack of it. I think the Space Climb arc could count, but that was definitely like final stage
Yeah.
and
So
like
yeah, so it was just
like that was
let me go.
That's so funny.
I love that he yells the fucking name.
Yeah.
And it was let me go, I can't stand it.
That's a vibe.
So true.
So true, so real.
So real.
And then it turned into him just saying help me. But in like different serious voices.
Okay.
Man, you put this all together, it's just Evanescence.
It's time to die. I've had about enough.
Is that overkill?
I can't turn anymore.
Yeah, you're at the end of your fucking turret.
Whoa.
I would have taken like Sky.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Maybe the gun like headquarters stage
That would have been cool.
without the mission.
Yeah. Yeah, without the fucking artificial chaos.
No, I mean the one with like the big plane.
Oh. Oh, that one.
Yeah. I think they were too afraid to reconstruct the physics engine for Shadow's gun usage because if they did, we'd be up their asses without a Shadow 2.
So true.
So also, you know that song that goes like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Elton John, yeah.
he says it as, I'm not standing.
Yeah, you are in fact sitting.
So, wow, singing from experience.
That's
I think the Let Me Go is the funniest.
Let Me Go is so good.
You're holding your children.
There's police sitting there. He hears that from his friend.
Oh.
And then starts hearing that, oh,
Oh.
Oh.
I was like, hearing that,
Yeah, just yeah.
I would love to hear what either Hyro or Kevin's kid parodying them during like combo.
Oh my god.
That'll happen.
It'll happen when they compete against each other.
Where's the shirt? Where's the shirt?
Well, I'm saying in general, it'll happen. If they hear it enough.
It's
Yeah.
true.
They'll just start saying it for anything.
That's what I really want.
Kate again!
Then we should let it alone.
Dad, you gotta stop BKing me. You don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Listen here, you little shit.
Means it's in a multi-world, you can't do anything because you don't have the items to do anything.
Yeah, the story goes that happened to somebody like live, and while they were doing it, and they because they were stuck waiting for someone to pop up to let them progress, they decided to go to Burger King.
Will be
So
more.
the term is just you are BK'd now.
And you'll need to be
I think one time I didn't go to Burger King. I went to Wendy's because we don't have you don't really have a Burger King that's like reasonable. Like there's one on like middle country, but like I don't.
I got BK'd because Kevin went to Burger King.
That's extra funny.
kindly on any man who committed himself to the task. Certainly didn't hurt.
How does John even know? Like 1.5?
It's not the most selfless of motives. I'll admit.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not his dad.
I think he's 1.5.
Told you to protect the people
Time
around.
flies. I don't know.
But I love you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he
One
turns
standing
1,
before me.
and I know he's not 2.
Yeah. So he's somewhere in he's probably halfway there.
Yeah, he's somewhere in there.
Reasonable doubt.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sent you
Round it out a bit. Yeah.
Somewhere.
lady.
No, I was just thinking about it, 'cause, like, I wonder how much he can actually, like, say
Say.
right now.
True.
Because he might be able to say, like, a couple.
Say dada. According to all known laws of aviation, there is no reason a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too big.
No, he just makes a fart noise at you when you tell him to say dada. No,
Accurate.
Close enough.
He hits you at the son of the mass. Say dada. Father.
No.
Not mother.
Mother.
Say dada. Madre.
It's like the one funny bit
It's the
in that.
only good joke in that movie.
It's the only fucking...
The rest of that movie is just a
Don't
terrifying
get me wrong.
mess.
There's something that tickles me a bit, maybe in an uncomfortable way, about the can't take my eyes off of you section. I don't know what it is. It gets me chuckling a little bit, but also
it's
because
pretty
like
funny.
it's not funny.
No, it's just like,
But what the fuck is?
it's that. It's what the fuck is happening.
It's the fact that they cut like back and forth between the close up of.
Yeah.
It kills me every time. I think that is a little funny. Because every time it cuts, it just.
What if we put it on the list? Son of Mask.
If you want me to go home and have some crazy fever dreams.
Well, yeah.
You're not convincing me to not put it on the list.
I don't think I can handle lucid dreaming the son of the mask.
What a sentence.
Sassy guy from Son of the Mask.
Sassy Mask.
It would be the baby.
Oh no.
That's honestly actually terrifying. Because that baby is terrifying when they animate it. I hate it.
All I can remember, there's two scenes I remember of the baby. There's the one where they're doing like the sonogram, and then they like look away for a second. The baby just has like maracas and is just partying.
I don't know why it's making me laugh hard now. It's not
Because it's
funny,
stupid.
but it is stupid. Yeah,
It's so stupid. And then there's the one scene where he's like running around the room. And he's like running on the walls.
Steve goes, I'm shooting that one down. That shit ain't worth it. You're making me want to put it on the list more.
To drive a
Yeah.
mountain.
You're not convincing me now.
There's already like 70 other movies on there.
Where they're like, he's literally
You'll
beautiful.
forget by the time we get to it.
It's so true. Also, the Cat in the Hat's on there. Anything's on the table.
Warned him of the threat Ultima posed.
But the Cat in the Hat has good jokes.
Both an empire.
I'm sorry, it does. I'm sorry.
You're right.
The scene
It
where
does
he
have good
cuts his tail during the cooking.
Yeah,
Is-
that's pretty funny.
Mike Myers.
Did she leave?
Yeah.
Oh. She answered my question.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be in this cringe-ass stream.
But yeah, Mike Myers, like, he committed.
18 years ago.
Can't say he didn't.
As I lay buried beneath
True.
the rubble of Phoenix.
I also love the easy, like, Sunday morning
Death,
bit.
who came
It's hitting the nuts. Cause it's easy.
Oh, yeah.
Easy like Sunday.
See, that's why I like have like a weird slight appreciation for Cat in the Hat. Because it's so like...
Yeah, and I think
It's such an off-the-wall
I
movie.
think we've gone long enough where now I look at the movie and I look at like the bonkers fucking like. First of all,
He will stop at nothing.
it was the last like live action Dr. Seuss movie that really went for an image, like a style. Like they were like all the houses had the color palette and everything
Isn't
looked
he-
weird.
The last.
That's just
That is one of the
objectively
answers
wrong.
that have
You're
No.
forgetting about the Grinch.
Yet,
No. But the Cat in the Hat was after the Grinch.
Yeah.
That's
You're
what
saying
I'm-
that Cat in the Hat was the first one.
He said last.
I said
Oh, he
last.
said last?
No, I said first of all.
dominance carry within them.
Like, as like a.
As a starter.
As a sentence
Okay,
starter. As
okay.
a sentence enhancer.
Okay. Understood.
He's
Yeah.
using that as a sentence enhancer.
Yeah. No, it was because after that they started doing animated,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, okay.
It's like,
Why
okay,
you
now it's
meowing
just
me?
more.
But like the set design was like,
Yeah, the set design was really good.
it was like, oh my god, you know, like it's like, yeah, it's not a good movie,
No.
but I appreciate that they committed
As hard as they
to
did.
a thing, you know.
They definitely were like
Your ability
trying to
kindle the
make
flames of Ifrit.
Mike Myers Jim Carrey
Yeah.
in that movie, and Mike Myers is not Jim Carrey.
It didn't work. Although
The fact
it's
Ifrit can
something.
exist
There's something a little
against
genuinely
everything
funny
that
about
you've
how
done.
terrifying the Cat in the Hat is.
Yeah.
Ultima has been waiting for
Yeah.
one such
Like,
as you.
He is not like. It is not a good look, but it is so funny that they tried that hard only to fail so
Why hasn't he
bad.
killed me as he did the boy?
But he sells it.
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly
This is
attuned
big
to
lore
your
we should be paying attention to.
His mind.
Are they talking about Ultima?
Yeah.
spirit, call it what you wish.
What,
But I
Nini?
believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept.
That didn't answer my
Is why I
question.
struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
Sorry. Inside you.
Yeah.
With every setting sun, I feel my
Every time
strength
someone
wane.
makes like a horny post,
And though
I'm
the
sorry.
phoenix's flames
Inside
mend
you.
the person I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
Yeah. So Josh was on a timer.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
It's fine. I've died like 3 times.
This one's for real.
Oh,
Joshua.
you can tell
See,
because
he's
he's coughing
coughing
up blood.
Clive.
In anime, that's essentially a death sentence.
There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
You had to do side quests.
I've been doing side quests.
You have been?
Yeah.
Are you good? Have you covered them? The ones that are out right now?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's about to do another stage, and I don't want you to miss any.
No, I've done them all.
Okay.
Well, what's the short of it?
There was the one before Bahamut.
told you. The capital
Yeah, I did that.
That one
Yeah.
was still there?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I did it already.
I just wanted to make sure. Because there is like a timer on them, but it's like unclear.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not like the next stage it's on. It's like
What of Lord
Yeah, there's like a
Byron
time window.
at a certain
Are they
point
able
it
to
does go
escape?
away, and I was just like, I want to make sure that it's,
Well, they're all right for now.
I've been very vigilant.
I was honestly surprised we ended up having to do Bahamut before
We have to
that
get them
side
out of
quest,
there.
because I don't remember having a side quest that I had to do the stage before, and I also don't
Stolas.
recall us
Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
fucking that. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just don't remember us
Vivian,
getting to the point where
what's the
we would
swiftest
do
route to
that.
the
Yes,
Three
it
Cities?
was a weird thing.
That sounds
anyway,
a
that's good.
question for the map. Look here,
I'm the
This
map.
road.
I'm
through Tabor.
It's a wild
Provide
change in
the
tone.
police trouble.
Good.
Why did you do that?
Because they're like, that's a
She
question
goes-
for the map.
Tabor is exactly where I'm at.
Horrifying, like, Unreal Engine version of the map.
I have to go grab my backpack.
You don't think I
Backpack,
told him the
backpack,
exact same thing?
Backpack.
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely
Thank
have
you.
been inclined to agree.
Yum, 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 yum,
Thanks to
yum.
administration,
It's
I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right. We travel together.
Clive,
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
You're both gonna die.
Okay.
Alright, see you later. A new quest is available nearby.
Wow, that was 3 side quests.
Wow. Party makeup has changed. Well, why did we change the makeup?
Why, it was beautiful.
I was using eyeliner. Don't take it away
seems
from
the
me. That's
highway's
mine.
lost its
Blasted book.
appetite.
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing. Thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword.
Sorry.
You remember Ivan's
Your hands are
stew,
broken.
right? Well, despite the look of the thing and that awful stench, people wolf it down.
Again.
I
So I
feel
thought I'd
that way
propose
sometimes.
masterpieces myself.
Like you're
Had a
broken.
peek at the book.
I'll never get over
But,
having
well,
to
It wasn't as straightforward.
have the conversation we were
Everyone had the same
visiting my
problem.
grandma
Yeah, but this is my
while my
bloody kitchen, and I
aunt
will
and uncle
not be
were
out
like away, and so we were
So
like.
if
That
you
was
want
really
to play
cool, the way
favourites,
that she
I
talked
suggest you
without
lend me a
moving her
hand.
mouth.
But we were visiting my grandma, and I cracked my fingers,
Never been
and
one
she,
to play
in
favourites,
classic
Molly.
grandma was like, "Oh,
And
no,
I only
that'll
do
cause
have to lend you a
arthritis," and I just went,
So,
"Actually, grandma,
what's on the menu this time?
it doesn't."
A fried fortress of
actually?
skyworm.
Was that it? That was
That's one
her
heck
whole
of
story.
but then my
Recipe
parents and my
seemed
grandma
easy
kept
enough
trying to be
handle
like,
myself. Thought I'd
"No,
followed it
no,
to a
well,
T.
you know, as if like they're
Yeah.
not clearly,
Turns out
you know,
skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I
biased
thought.
to like
At least
the
I hope they're
unclear
not,
medical
given the
knowledge they
rancid
were
mess
taught
they made.
growing up.
Ivan
You know?
recipes
Yeah.
from culinary
And I'm
pilgrimage
like,
date
what?
back centuries.
You know, where'd you hear that? I was
Who's to say
like,
the ingredients even exist
Dr.
anymore?
Mike on YouTube,
Ah.
a certified
That's a
doctor
question for a
who
scholar,
knows this
wouldn't
stuff.
you
And like,
say? Perhaps
it's
you
on
know
YouTube.
of
Like, but he's a. You're not understanding that he's a doctor.
It's in the name.
it's,
Dr. Mike.
it's
I'll go
He
and
First
can't-
name Doctor, last name
he
Mike.
literally he can't lie about that. He can't pretend to be a doctor.
Trust me, I watched a whole Drake and Josh episode about
Yeah,
that.
you can't.
You can't impersonate a
Lest we
doctor. It's
forget.
illegal.
You've got a reputation
Unless you're an actor.
to uphold.
Oh my god, he's in it.
Wow.
No.
I just hate that type of conversation where you tell them something that is a fact,
Yeah, and then,
and then
they're
they're
like,
like,
"Where
"No,
did
I
you
don't
hear
think
that?
so."
Where did you hear that from? The internet.
We're all the info in the entire world.
Or all information.
You can help me solve a mystery.
And I'm just like,
try.
and it's so funny too, because then like they'll say something really stupid, and you're like, "Where'd you hear that?" The internet, and you're like,
I read it on Facebook.
I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight.
I
and
heard
shape
it on
after lesson. Well,
TikTok.
they vanished.
The
My
guy
friends
screamed
thought
it,
they'd
so it
taken
must
off
be
somewhere
right.
to play.
I
When they asked, they swore they had nothing
swear
to do with
to
it
I
and
swear to you
disappeared.
today, my
Yeah.
mom
They had
was
everything to do
reading
with it.
like politics stuff,
Yeah.
and I went,
So
Always
much
a good
noise
sign.
going on back there.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's cleaning out her
and I went, "Where did you read that?"
Perhaps a visit from
And she
Sid
goes, "Bazinga."
jog their memory.
And I went,
I don't like to imagine that
There's
would lie to me.
no
There's
way.
no shot.
No choice
That
but to
there's a
disappoint
website
me.
called
They were in the
Bazinga.
entry
And
my
it's
house.
credible. There's no way. And she goes, that's why I always check the sources on like these other sites. And I'm like, okay, but you shouldn't. I don't think you should start at Bazinga.
That's what it's called, though. Oh my god.
I have to look it up
What
because it could. Listen, I could have misheard. It could have been Muzzinga.
Or maybe she was just saying that to you as like a gotcha.
No,
Yeah.
because she continued.
Bazinga.
Because she continued with, I always check my sources after
Yeah.
this.
Uh-huh.
Like, so it definitely is a site name. But I nearly lost it because I went, there's
Bazinga.
no way.
One of my favorites, in
That's
fact.
a crazy.
Fucking Sheldon Cooper-esque.
Lancer stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
Where'd you hear that? Bazinga.
I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm liver. So the fabled
Dude, I'm
sandalwood
like, there's
delicacy
no
is
way.
made
I gotta, like-
delightful. The descriptions
You
of
go,
food
you look it up. It's like Bazinga, the totally fake. news
Okay.
Yeah, look.
Benzinga.
Benzinga.
Okay.
Close enough.
is a somewhat antiquated name for the
Oh.
wine.
It's still
Yeah.
Being the
not at all what I would, like, immediately think.
Bazinga.
Oh, very Sambraquois.
That's what it, there's no, I was so flabbergasted that I had heard that.
Their icons brethren, but
I was
Hey,
like,
something with like
I
stocks.
believe the
yeah, it definitely looks like a
the blue
like actual website.
to be
Yeah.
any color of the
It's
seasons.
just really funny.
But I thought it was like the Onion style.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that is a crazy name for that.
It is.
Like, why did you pick that name?
Benzinga.
And like she definitely said it like so fast that I did not hear Ben.
Yeah.
It was buzzing.
Bazinga.
And I went. It took every fiber of my being to just grab my food for dinner and get the fuck out of it. It's like I'm not continuing this conversation. Cause she's a fan of The Big Bang Theory too.
Yeah.
So I feel like she would have known. But like, it's just like I
I
gotta
also
go.
really like the idea though of if it was just your mom being like,
Like jokes
I'm
on
gonna tell you, nerd, Bazinga.
Bazinga.
Not out of character.
Is a storm coming soon?
I must speak with the children in the atrium.
Where'd you hear that?
Bazinga.
Lost my tip. Fucking dinner
She
lost.
just dabs on you. Bazinga.
Your mom fucking dabbed on you. Oh my god.
It's a great image, really.
I can't explain to you how many times my mom has been.
I feel like I've. Hold on.
What?
I need to redo that. I feel like I've had an exchange with Joe that was like this.
What am I gonna do?
That was Joe when he got really fucked up during Mario Retarded. And he threw up like 4 times. One, like, on camera. Well, sorta. Just him. I'll never forget the visual of him just... then fucking dropping out of frame. Which is crazy, because Joe is so, like, big on his frame. So when he drops out of frame, it's like... Joe?
Joe, are you okay?
Where did you go? Where could you have possibly gone to be off frame?
There was a trader came back. One of our usuals, like, said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill way.
Dude.
Focus engine,
No,
he'd
the amount of
sell
times
the
my mom
bandits,
has like,
and cutthroats
cause
and that.
she's been,
I mean,
you know, with
he's
her
full of just a coin or two, aye, but
jewelry business, she's been getting
never
really
do
like
business with
more
baddies.
online
especially
and
not
more
the
like
kind who
on
go
social
hurting
media and
people who
stuff.
haven't done out. Wanted her
And
ass
she's
screwed
definitely
out
hit that
herself,
point
but
with me where she'll be like, "Oh my God, check
she'll give
Peter!
us a
I
tongue lashing.
let me show you. I put this picture through an AI filter, and I just went."
No.
She doesn't get it. It's not worth.
Don't worry. I'll speak to
I've had arguments in the car
Thanks,
about
Clive.
AI art, and like,
You let me know what
she
says,
tried
won't ya?
to defend. I went,
Oh.
I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
no. And I looked at her dead, and I went, like, do not stand on another side of this argument. I make art.
It's like, okay, how would you feel if all the bracelets in the world were made by automation, and now people who make bracelets online don't make money anymore?
They stole your design,
yeah,
and made it and had a robot make it.
Yeah. How would you feel about that?
Not nearly as full as the weather.
I've solved AI art.
I've solved
with bracelets.
I've solved AI art. Wow.
Wow-wee.
Wow-wee. Just that simple.
Yeah, but it gives people that aren't able to make AI bracelets and make AI bracelets now. Hooray!
Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a
Okay.
care. But
Dude,
here you are
I always have the caveat of like I don't mind the advancement of AI. I just think it needs to be used in like data office management shit.
Not
art. Creative. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
or
shit
like
that
in the simple ways when it's used just to like.
I'm here because
like with the upscaling of stuff.
upscaling. I'll even take I'll even fucking take like as an AI assistant thing because like it's not super well functioning. It's not a bad use because it's the same as Googling anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like simple stuff like that.
Yeah, the tedious shit that we don't want to do. That was the
whole point of technological advancement so that we could have more time to do fun and creative endeavors, and now we're using it to replace fun and creative endeavors?
How do we somehow skip and make something worse than WALL-E?
We lost the plot so hard.
I don't know, Wally's a kind of cute little guy.
No, not the robot, the movie. Like, it's crazy that, like, the fallacy of the movie is that we've gotten too lazy with our technology, which is kind of our goal with tech, is to become lazy.
Yeah,
right?
It is pretty much the goal.
That's the point of the Industrial Revolution. But the thing that kills it is...
Our goal is to be Wally.
But the thing is that we somehow skipped that and went worse. And
we went, no, now we're going to use AI to do all the fun shit so that we could go back to work.
And it's like, how?
My feelings with AI art is just death from Puss in Boots, but instead of the sword, it's a pencil. Pick it up.
Pick it up. Yeah.
That's really funny.
I've seen that meme so many. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Pick it up. Pick it up, okay.
I
just draw a circle, SpongeBob.
And it's so crazy, because, like, they'll all be like, I don't have time for that. But I'm like, you'll have time to type in however many prompts it takes to get the image you actually want?
Yeah.
That sounds more frustrating.
Yeah.
Because, like, what do you even change in the prompt? Like, at a certain point, I feel like it's the same thing as, like, a Google search.
Yeah.
Where, like, if you add too much,
you get nothing.
You're getting further.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's confusing it more. You get to the point where it goes, there's no search results because you've just gotten, like, too specific.
It sounds like she may have done things she regretted
You're
in
kind
her
of like that
past.
when you Google stuff, just in general.
She says those days
Oh,
are behind her.
You're not very good at Googling stuff. I usually have to tell you what to type in, and then the search result comes up.
knew
If you just type it on your own, you
bad.
always get, like, a bunch of nothing.
I do get a bunch.
You know
Because you do put in, like, too many.
Yeah. Like,
you know you've messed up a Google search when there's 2 responses when there's 2 results, and you're like,
You're not always putting, like,
whoa.
the keywords of what you're looking for, but you always put in, like, a whole sentence. And I'm like, stop!
I ask it like
Use it.
I use Google like an old man. All right.
I know.
To be fair, there's a bit of that with, like, the Google Homes and the Alexas.
Yeah.
Because people will just ask questions.
Well, yeah, but that's different.
But that is, you know...
You'll see. You just gotta watch him Google stuff. You'll see what I mean.
Right. That's why
to observe him from, like, a bush.
Yeah.
When he's not... when he doesn't know that I'm observing him.
Yeah.
There's a weird bush in his room for no reason.
When did I plant that bush in the corner of the room?
When did I plant that bush in the... I was gonna use that soil for lilacs.
I said there's a bush.
Well, I guess I gotta trim it.
Snip. Snip. I'm gonna name you George.
What?
George Bush.
Good
night, everybody!
That's it. Fucking throws the binoculars down, storms out of the bush.
I draw the line at George.
That's it.
Get my agent on the phone.
Draw the line at George.
How many chocobos were in the barn? Old Farmer Otto keeps both chocobos and antelopes. After 5 of his stock fell ill, he put them in his barn to rest. However, Otto woke up the next morning to discover that a leg eater had found its way into the barn and devoured 3 of the limbs on one of his antelopes. To make sure certain all remaining legs were accounted for, he did a tally and was satisfied when he counted 13. Question: how many chocobos were in the barn? Do I really have to do math
You
right
do!
now?
You gotta help these kids with their homework. You're a man of the people.
Alright. Let's
That's
do
alright,
some math
I
homework.
got it wrong first. I think he just lets you keep doing
Alright,
it.
Old Farmer Otto keeps both chocobos and antelopes. Okay, after 5 of his stock fell ill, so 5 of them were sick. He put them in his barn. Okay. However, Otto woke up the next morning to discover that a leg eater had found its way into the barn and devoured 3 of the limbs on one of his antelopes. So I'm gonna guess that antelope's fucking dead, right? To make certain all remaining legs were accounted for, he did a tally and was satisfied when he counted 13. Now what I need to know is, chocobos only have 2 legs, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Those should count the penis, no.
Okay, so the antelope has 1 limb left.
Yeah.
So that there's 12 other limbs
I hear
to be
Mimi toys.
accounted for.
What?
What? I hear, yeah, I guess they're playing with Mimi in the
I
other
hear
room.
Mimi toys. It sounds like lasers.
It does sound like lasers,
Like, when you're
but it's a
instead of, like,
mouse.
The mouse toy, it sounds like lasers.
Okay. So, we know that there's 1 antelope in there with 1 limb.
Yes. This is a fucked up math question to ask these kids.
Yeah. So there's 4 stock left that are unaccounted for. And that needs to add up.
Is speaking it helping
12.
you?
No.
Would it not be better to just do it in your head real quick?
Okay, hold on. 2, 4, 8, 12. Okay, there's 2 chocobos.
Two.
Count them. 2.
There's 2 chocobos, okay? There's 2 chocobos and 2 antelopes.
I hope you find out it's wrong.
Out of your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
By the way, you didn't have to do that.
Not anymore.
I still solved it, though.
The math problem. I think it was just a random book that he looked at.
Sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Middledore showed us.
Miss Middledore? Why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-near.
A what?
Miss
A
Middledore
what?
said.
I don't think you can
best
say
way
that,
to get
kid.
out of it
Is that a
is to
slur?
take it
Is that a slur?
and put it back together again.
You can't say that.
Well, then your work is already half done.
What's a ninja?
Carry on.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, we just have to put it together again.
apart was
Well, then
easy
your work
enough.
is already half done.
It's the putting back
Good
that can't
luck.
work out.
Good luck.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then
I don't think it's that hard to put back together the scale that you just took apart. Yeah, I don't.
You three
I don't
need to
think
learn to
it's
take
that hard.
responsibility for your
You
actions.
know what? I guess you do. You do deserve
Let's
to
have a
be
look at these
bearers.
parts
Have
with
fun
fresh
being
eyes,
turned to
shall we?
stone.
There's nothing on the scales, so like the weight's mostly the. There's really nothing.
It's not that
All
hard.
right. Everything here was once part of Miss Middledore's scales. Every piece has
Yeah.
its own role to play, and each
I love teacher
is
Clive.
just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces.
This one's a tank.
The body.
That one's
That one's
The role
support.
is to support everything else.
That one's DPS.
But what of the others?
We don't like that one. But you just said. Don't worry about what I just said.
Forget that part.
What part?
Alright, what part will you inspect?
The arm.
This is called the arm.
This is the arm.
What I suppose that is. It doesn't look much like an arm.
you're right.
So why is it called an arm?
Wing.
I don't know. This is what they fucking call
Like
it.
a chocobo wing.
That girl has ADHD.
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you?
Diagnosed.
Will you teach me?
Oh, how about you diagnose the rest of them?
I'll think about it.
Okay.
All right, what is
What
the
do arms do?
the tan kid?
Hold things.
The tan clothed kid
Maybe
is
there's
what I
someone
meant.
else things too.
Autism.
Thinking.
Okay, and then what about the kid in the middle?
Racism.
You diagnose him with racism.
I sure do, and I'll do it again.
I had to put it back into place.
That sounds like I dislocated your shoulder.
Nah, it's just like
These
that.
round
Can you
parts
imagine?
are called
Ah.
pads. You'll know what a pad is, don't you?
Ah.
I do. Molly used them in the kitchen to fry bangers.
Is that your slip disc?
These aren't for
Could
frying
be.
bangers, you idiot.
Oh, what's in your neck?
They're
Yeah,
for
no,
weighing
that's like
stuff.
right here.
You just you do the ragdoll.
Don't
That's
think you
right.
put on that little thing.
It's right.
Probably not.
That was our joke from last week. It's just like, yeah, his slip disc is like right around. Just makes the sonic death set. Boom, boom, boom. Turned into a puddle on the ground.
Oh. Oh, I think I just pushed it back in.
This tiny
It'll come
piece.
out again.
That's how it
Sure
works.
will.
You did it.
Have you ever seen one before?
It'll come back out again. You know, like one of those disc launchers. You know, like the Bionicle accessory.
It's been round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful.
You know what I forgot was the second half of that bit in Jimmy Neutron?
Anything on the scales that move.
They go outside to deal with like Jimmy's machine, and then the potato comes back down.
And then somebody ate it.
I did. I forgot about that.
You should have tried
Which
weighing
also
it.
implies that it like shot up out of the school.
And how it's supposed
Or
to
just
be.
hung there.
So, let's put the pieces together first. See what
He
doesn't
shot it up
move,
in the
and
building.
stick the
And
Oh,
it
it came outside?
outside.
That's great.
See? It's not so difficult.
Oh.
So, now that we've taken stock of the parts,
Also, I never really
Diagnosing
questioned.
someone with racism is so
what do you
funny.
think?
I think we've got it.
Also, I really like
You tell
in
me
that
what
same
goes
episode.
where.
I guess I never really.
Put the
because
scales together.
Can you tell I watched a video about Jimmy Neutron?
No.
I never really questioned why the judges of the science fair were Miss Fowl,
Arms go on the body.
Sam,
Real arms. Or wings.
and some other random adult.
The principal.
And then
It was
the arms.
was it also
Yeah.
Principal
Principal
Willie.
makes sense.
Yeah,
The principal
but
I,
then
I watched it.
but then Sam.
and the talent.
Oh yeah, the talent agent, Corky Shimatsu, at the science fair.
Yes.
Scouting for
We did
science talent.
Someone
With Sid's help.
someone was trying to just
No, I just
reuse
put pieces
assets.
together.
Yeah.
We only have a handful of adult
That's what I
characters in
said.
the
We
show.
only
I
have
know.
so many adults
They can
there.
only use so many before they have to suddenly introduce some other guy, and now they gotta give him a bit to do.
Yeah, like
She's
Thomas
showing us her
Edison.
secrets now, so we can help out.
Wanting to pork Miss Fowl.
I love that episode so much.
Almost
Me
ready?
too.
I think,
It's really good.
I think Thomas Edison wanting to get with Miss Fowl is the funniest, and then Miss Fowl having to be like, "No, Tom, you need to come back."
Won't be long.
It's so fucking.
I love when they go to kiss and they're just peck noses.
I just love. There's something so funny that because of Jimmy
Well, Miss
Neutron's.
Fowl also said that she couldn't be tied down.
You never used
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
I just love the absolute insanity that Jimmy Neutron does shit all the time in town. That Thomas Edison being brought back from the past and dating you just boils down to, Tom, you need to go back, and not like, oh my God, Thomas Edison.
Yeah, like as soon as she brought back Thomas Edison, like Miss Fowl was just horny for him. Like
Well,
almost.
Who
he
wouldn't
was for-
be?
Actually, he was for her
Well, yeah,
first.
yeah,
And she just decided to reciprocate.
yeah.
But then she told him she couldn't be tied down.
I can't be tied down.
That show is
Gotta put
way
all
too
Jimmy
funny.
Neutron on the
Words,
list.
I think, but it was essentially
No, that's what we do this year at MAYC Hotel.
Watch
Not-
Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, not Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah,
Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
Parts of them at
Is Jimmy
least.
Neutron on
They dismantled them to see how they work.
It's on Paramount Plus.
It used to
Do
be.
you
I
have
don't know
Paramount
what it
Plus?
is.
Thankfully, she won't. It's my
You
team
name
that
it,
put her
I
on
got
board.
it, except for Peacock.
Although I was the one who ended up teaching the
Your
lesson.
cock doesn't pee?
I'm so
Not
sorry,
today.
Sid. I know how busy you are.
Maybe
You see that
tomorrow.
the children are probably-
If you're lucky. If you're
There's no
lucky.
need.
You haven't peed today?
It
No, I
seems
have.
to have taken the
Well,
three
then-
of
How
them
many
under
times?
wing.
Then your cock does
She's
pee.
even calling them her heirs.
But does my
And
Peacock?
have them follow her footsteps.
No,
And her father's.
that's just
I
silly.
see.
What's the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean?
Sid,
I wouldn't put a garbanzo to
do
bean
you
on my
know
face.
why
The
Mantis
funny thing
didn't
with,
spend as much time at the
The
hideaway
funny thing with
thing?
Jimmy Neutron on Paramount
She
Plus
told me
is
it's
that
because her studies have
they-
been
I don't think
interrupted
you
by
said
events in
the joke
Canva.
Yes, I did.
Is that not true?
Well,
No.
the funny thing with Jimmy
It isn't.
Neutron on Paramount Plus
I
was
did.
Offered her a commission.
is that they
In
treat
exchange
some
for
of
full
the
tuition
I think they
and
treat
board,
all of like the
they
specials
asked
as
her to
just
oversee the design of
episodes,
several
Yeah.
new
which is
war
good
engines.
because they're all
To
there.
anyone
Yeah.
else,
But it's
it would be an
weird because like
opportunity
suddenly you go from
to
15
live.
minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes,
Lost
15
both
minutes,
her
15
parents
minutes,
to war.
an hour.
Jimmy Timmy Power Hour.
She was
You're like,
none too fair to
whoa.
swallow.
This episode's
That
way
should
too
come
long.
as
This
no
same thing with Fairly
surprise.
Odd Parents.
She's only ever cared about bringing people.
The school's out
Yeah.
just in the episode.
Yeah.
last
Well,
You're
so
like-
is, all of them are.
Yeah.
Abracadabra.
Yeah, you're like, I guess, but this was like a big thing. Like,
She's working to give them the best.
Oh, we get to watch Win
So
Lose
should I.
Bloom with
What's
Tim
the old
Allen.
engineering lesson?
that's a good special.
It is.
The fact that Hugh comes in at the end and rocks it, and
Because he's been watching nothing but
Like
intergalactic
the
TV.
Yeah, it's just like, but they can't be right.
Also, wild that like didn't hit me when I was younger, obviously, but wild that they got Tim Allen.
It is.
in Jimmy Neutron.
It is crazy. Yeah, when you think about it.
Hey,
Wait, Tim Allen was in Jimmy Neutron? Yes, sir.
He sure was.
He was the TV host in Win Lose Kaboom. I can't remember his name. It was like,
I don't. It was like
Webwar or something.
yeah, something like that. Or like Globulon or some shit.
Globulon.
Fucking Plaxis over here. Fucking Grackadaco.
You're starting
You
to
can
sound
just
like
call me April.
You're starting to sound like that one cop from Spider-Man 1. Some type of freaky
Freaking
Lou or something.
wackadoo.
I love that guy. Oh my god, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah. They advertised the shit out of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, also, that car they won, I loved that car.
Oh yeah.
That hover car.
That was cool.
That was a cool fucking shit, man. I was so glad that they started to use that, like, going forward.
Yeah.
In, like, the last few episodes that they had after that special. Jimmy Neutron is another one of those cartoons that, honest to God, was, like, all hits.
Yeah.
Like, there's episodes that I don't
It's
remember
making
fully.
me do the main story.
There's episodes that I don't fully remember, but they're not bad.
Yeah.
Arguably, I think the one that I like the least is probably the evil like, alien granny episode.
Yeah.
From, like, the last season.
Yeah.
That
was,
one kind of
like,
fell short.
Whatever.
But like every other one is funny in some way.
Remember when they aired the League of Villains episode with two villains we'd never met yet?
Yeah.
They aired it out of order.
It was the same thing with Danny
I know.
Phantom.
Yeah, how we got Urban Jungle, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta go talk to my friend Frostbite," and we're like,
"What?
What? Yeah, and use my ice powers.
That
You're
was-
what?"
That was my favorite fucking thing.
It's like a
Danny
dream.
Phantom.
Yeah.
Walking like
Well, cause like, and to be fair, the ice powers were introduced in that episode.
Yeah.
Like that was literally him being like, "Oh, my ghost sense is ice powers."
Yeah.
It was in that
funny
special.
Is that
fine
I didn't think much of that when
If
that happened.
Campbell
I
was
was like,
attacked,
okay.
she will already have
I just love that it really was a crazy moment because they didn't go, "Let's go see our friend Frostbite." They end up there.
Yeah.
But they go, "Frostbite," and we go,
Like, who?
"What?"
Also, the other plot point that was never explained because it aired out of order.
Yeah.
Why is Vlad the mayor of Amityville?
they would allow it.
That was aired before that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
wow.
aired before all of season 3.
But you know what? I will say, I probably didn't think much of that because I think they barely touched on that in that special. Like
Yeah.
he was, but they didn't. It wasn't like a plot point.
Yeah.
Because the urban jungle stuff started like right away,
Yeah.
like almost instantly. That's probably why I didn't realize that that was before because they probably barely mentioned it.
But they're like, oh my god, the League of Villains with in Jimmy Neutron with King Goobot and the Junkman and Beautiful Gorgeous and Baby Eddie and Granny,
Yeah.
whatever her name was. Oh, Professor Calamitous.
God, Finbar Calamitous is such a good character.
I love him. This, you won't see the last of, Also, Miss Fowl was his teacher? They're like the same age. No! Because I feel like every time they bring up Miss Fowl's age, she gets older and older.
Doesn't she can't be tied down?
Not even by time.
She was there before us and she'll be here after us. And she'll miss everybody except Sheen.
That lives in my head rent free. I miss them all so much. Except Sheen!
It's just so funny because I think Jimmy is more problematic than Sheen.
Sheen's just annoying. The video I was watching, they went over the episode where Sheen gets smart, but then becomes like a villain.
I was about to mention my favorite bit. One of my favorite bits is in that episode where it's like, put this on your head. No, put it on.
Yeah.
I don't wanna put it on. Come on.
And the guy we were watching was like looking at the part where he's like, oh hey look, TV, and like keeps running over, and he's like, oh it's like kind of dark, and it's like that he wants to watch TV.
Yeah, that was weird.
Much like Clive, but with
I guess in like a weird Black Mirror, this is the future of
No.
child play.
Nah.
It was more so just like, oh he's like compelled to go watch the TV. That's dark, isn't it? No. You're. It's. If you want to give it any sort of meaning, it's ADHD.
Plus it leads to one of my favorite jokes in the show. TV go dark.
TV go dark.
I love that. That line is in my ears forever. TV go dark. I saw
What kind of name is Ida anyway?
I saw a tweet where someone made what was clearly.
What kind of name is Ida anyway? Ida preferred a better name.
I also love him like him also questioning just the logic of the math problems. Like, who trades bubblegum for stickers anyway?
Raisins.
I think he needs counseling.
Raisins.
Yeah, raisins, whatever. I think he needs counseling. That's not the point.
Also, yeah, the fact that he went to counseling, that's so funny.
Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir.
I don't want to cause any unnecessary panic, so I don't know how to say this to Carl, so I'm going to whisper it in your ear, and she will yell it out in astonishment.
Carl's pregnant?
Carl's pregnant? What?
That episode's so fucking funny.
Where Carl's just... It's so weird.
It's so weird.
But, like, they go so hard into it that it becomes funny.
It's so
like,
funny.
when the girls just throw him a baby shower.
Which is also funny, because, like, how are they so in tune with the process, right? Like, these fucking, like, little girls are like, we have to give him a baby shower. You're like...
Ether flood.
Have any of you, like, been to a baby shower?
I mean, probably.
Maybe.
Families.
I don't know. I just never think of that. I know, but it's true. I just never think of that as, like, a thing that, like... I guess I'm just used to seeing media where it's just all the adult all the adults at a baby shower and not, like, there's, like, no kids.
Now, here's the real, interesting thing. Why are they all only children?
It's only a matter of time.
None of them have siblings.
They won't
of the main
stand a
characters.
Yeah.
Unless you count Brobot.
God, I love Robot. He's great. He's annoying. I do the same thing Jimmy did, but he's great.
Shoot him to the moon with his parents.
I'll go.
Let him get abducted by the junk man.
The junk man, Jimmy!
Thank you.
What was the first one? The Mooney Men?
Yeah.
The Mooney Men!
Just off the track.
He's like, I made it.
They must not.
Never thought about it. Well, I mean, it's just easier to write characters when you don't have to write siblings around them.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Ed and Eddie. They wrote a sibling for him. They never used him until the movie.
Yeah.
They talked about him all the time.
They did talk about.
Yeah,
it
but
all
it was
the
just
time.
a MacGuffin.
It was it was just kind of like, oh, my brother did this all
Like,
the time.
They didn't have to give him an actual character until the final thing.
To like the final scene of the
because it was
entire
almost
show.
Yeah, it was almost funnier to just say innocuous things about him.
Ed has a sibling.
Yeah.
That they use frequently.
Yeah, Sarah.
That's true. They did give Ed Sarah.
The encampment was close.
That's a weird sentence. You have the Kanker sisters.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying all the characters. I'm saying like the reason why you would write a character
Okay,
to
so
be
the main
right.
cast. Okay.
The reason why you would write a main cast to be only children is so that you don't have to worry about a dynamic to write.
Yeah.
Because then
It's just interesting because usually there is like a sibling, even if it's like just a baby.
Especially in a show like Jimmy Neutron where there's already enough things going on.
Yeah.
You don't need like a sibling figure to come in and have something to say about, you know?
Let's be real. The Weezers only fucked once.
No, they fucked more. They definitely fuck all the time, but they're careful.
Let's get the bubble ready.
You telling me they don't fuck all the time?
Is it very sanitary?
Oh, it has to be. Otherwise, I'll start having allergies.
Yeah, I guess it is weird that they didn't even give like a sibling to like Sydney or Little.
Yeah.
Those are the only two that I think could have
Yeah, they're like.
really maybe handled having a sibling. But then they.
You don't really have to use them. They could just like.
Yeah, just to
Yeah,
flesh it out a little bit more. But that's more character models.
But then later on, like when those characters had got more screen time.
Even then, though, you don't need to have their siblings.
Yeah. Or even just other relatives. Like, the only other relative we've gotten of any of the main characters was, like, Baby Eddie. Well, yeah, we got Jimmy's entire family in that episode.
Jimmy's entire family, yeah.
You're like, the only one that was there was the baby. He came by himself.
Yeah, but he's the only one that stayed. Even the grandma was only in one episode. The grandma wasn't even in the episode where they show the rest of Hugh's family. I guess she died.
Or she's on the other side.
No, she's Hugh's mom.
That's another.
Does his mom not have anything?
That's another great episode.
No,
where they
we've never seen the mom's side of
where
the
they
family.
turn the grandma
Yeah.
into the baby.
Into the baby, yeah.
Oh my god! And every time she talks, everyone on screen just.
Yeah. Let me tell you about this bunion that I had on my foot.
It's honestly one of the best bits.
It's so
is
good.
the animation of the baby talking with that voice. It's such a little like monkey brain funny, but it makes
I'd
me
like
laugh.
to think that that's the precursor to the Boss Baby.
Well, babies talking with adult voices is just funny.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the insurance baby.
No.
I don't want to look at him.
No.
It was a successful ad campaign, though.
So true, bestie.
What
What am I looking for?
Though I don't hear anything about Esurance now. Is Esurance still around?
I don't know.
What?
Google it.
Oh.
Look it up.
How many Esurance ads? Or Baby Herman from Roger Rabbit.
Baby Herman. I found you, survivor.
You're with the battalion.
I am. I heard the fighting.
No, I guess.
Are the others?
Looks like it is.
Taken care of.
Good for them.
One of your brothers in arms told me what happened.
They don't use Aaron anymore.
Another survivor.
That's why we haven't heard from them.
Where is he?
Yeah.
Tell me.
His
Aaron Esurance. The spy mascot they used to have.
People wanted
With the pink hair.
Yeah, people want the goon.
Yeah, the goon. You'll know her if you saw her.
He was right to send
Oh, okay.
You looked it up?
No.
Oh, you remembered?
You said her.
You slew are no longer my brothers. They were
His name was Aaron.
thanks to you.
Huh?
Aaron Esurance.
Yeah.
You know you're saying
landed.
Aaron. It makes
Oh.
me think Aaron.
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 Aaron, I love you.
I'll never get over John's somber Aaron when he takes the mask off in Starcade.
Have we met?
Aaron?
You must have been confused with someone else.
Oh man.
Raccoons. I know that we've only seen like 4, but I know there's another around here. that whole fucking bit is so stupid.
Yeah.
I was there.
There
wasn't
might
it?
be
When you killed my
4.
commander.
I don't know.
I've seen 4. There might be 5.
Ill will toward those who followed him.
What of my ill will?
I'm part of. I think it pops in my brain over just Aaron going raccoons.
Kupka shall be avenged.
Is this guy trying to like fight me?
Maybe.
I could just be like, fine if you insist.
Yeah. Yeah, do it.
Yeah, sure.
You're hot shit. He's not.
I just fucking summon Ifrit on this random guy. Fight me.
It's a Willem Dafoe meme again. Oh man, Jimmy Neutron.
It's such a good show.
For you. Come on.
Such a good show.
Kill me.
Got a creepy
Got a creepy feeling.
The sins of your
Who's
master.
the guy who's delivering
Sweet delights.
And I will not strike a man who cannot defend himself.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes.
God,
You
that
were
movie
an
episode
outlaw.
was great. I just love that every scene is a different movie ripoff.
Yeah.
And like
To the point where it's like, what the fuck?
What
is this?
what was the
movie?
what was the vision, Jimmy?
what was the vision?
Well, to be fair, that's how he wrote the movie.
I know.
He used generative AI to make a script. The episode where Jimmy sends him the script to be made into an actual movie, all he did was watch random clips of movies and at his computer write the script.
He used generative AI. He did it.
Before it existed.
Damn. They got Jimmy.
Jimmy
Fuck.
invented it.
Aw, Jim.
No.
Fucking Nerdtron.
No. Okay. Oh, say, can you stop calling me that now that we're married?
Married.
Married.
The episode where they go into
go
the future,
future.
where Libby's like the almighty overlord.
With a performance from Greystar.
What?
You
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
Greystar. Greystar.
The like robot.
I love the robot being a fan of him. Greystar. Greystar.
Glad that they were preserved.
Now I can. Now to get back to my mission. It was actually I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I remember liking that song.
I
that they
have
performed.
no memory.
We'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
Cause I get that song. It's actually a pretty good song.
Could be I know something.
You always got goats.
I also love that they just like
Listen.
default
I'm
to
someone
just
who says he's heard the
destroying
rumours
all the
about man.
presents.
Yeah.
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay
Your
her
sleeves
price.
are having a panic attack.
Be they knight or knave.
They're trying to interact with the other
Says the
match,
more swords
alright?
and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll
What were the
wage.
game designers
And the
thinking?
more war being waged, the more call for swords
0
and
out of 10.
spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
And you've seen this Reaper at work.
Aye, it just so happens I have.
Yeah, he killed
You'll
me
find
before I got
her
on
right
the point.
here plying her trade most
Of course, the
days.
all-time classic
Here in Delamil.
Macbeth episode, Macbeth in
Exactly.
space.
Oh yeah.
I want that
has
to
a
be a
stall
real,
here
a
in the
real,
A real play.
But
Yeah.
if you're not the
With like,
patient type, you can
what was it?
probably
Rangoon
find
the
her
space
at her
pirate?
storehouse on the edge of town.
Which Rangoon
Be
isn't
a
even
bold
like a
man
character in
with
Macbeth.
a nest of vipers.
My
Feeling
lord, your
bold
wife,
to
Lady
travel
Macbeth approaches, or
I hope
my
so.
lord, your
For your
wife,
sake.
Lady Macbeth approaches,
Now, if
or
that's all,
my lord,
I have
my lord, your wife,
Sorry to have
Lady
kept you.
Macbeth approaches. I love that.
You don't think
All
that's the
right,
Reaper,
Baldy.
do you?
Not unless
Life
she's discovered
is
the
but a
secret of how to
walking
be
shadow.
two places at once.
is but a walking
I love the
What do you mean?
punchline of that.
Lady
Yeah,
Anne
don't see it.
the
Next.
highway mix.
I love that Willoughby is
So
just
has
like
been
such a
like this
fucking
story he
dick
spoke
throughout
of.
the whole thing.
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
Fucking Rob
Well,
Paulson
there's
is
a
so
storehouse
good
on the edge of
at
town.
just being an asshole.
It's great.
Be careful, Clive.
Not in person. I don't know. I don't know.
Do
him
you
in
know what
person.
sticks in my
Me too,
fucking head
dudes.
for like the eternity at this point?
Hmm.
Fucking, Egyptian beach party.
Yeah.
Getting loose on the Nile.
Egyptian beach party. Wait a second. We don't have a tanning salon.
We don't have a tanning salon. Oh, fuck.
How the hell did...
I hate maneuvering this town.
Wasn't the documentary they were watching just like lots and lots of sand? So much sand. So much sand.
You would not believe the amount of sand. I love that Principal Willoughby goes in to like tell Miss Fowl that like their students are gone, and then he like looks at the documentary for 2 seconds and then just falls asleep.
So I'm so glad that in our schools we had like Bill Nye and Finding Nemo 50 times, and
even in
except for that one time where the teacher put on Shark Tale and I'll never forgive them.
Yeah. even in high school.
Yep.
It was still Bill Nye and Magic
Bill
School
Nye.
Bus and Shark
Don't get
Tale.
me wrong. Good shows.
Yeah.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Looks like you're the science guy now.
Bill.
Just you, is it?
I love that. Science
Ladies
rules.
on the ship.
Was a fairly unconvincing tale. So,
We need something that tells kids
That's
science
up to you.
rules. I got it.
Die a slow death?
Science
Or a quick one.
rules.
Boys, he's all yours.
Cut. That works, man.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's what I asked for.
Shit, man.
I'm gonna have to fight all these guys.
Yeah, even Steve was like, Sarah exists, bro. I was just like, yeah, I wasn't trying to say all of them, man.
now we could pretend this didn't happen.
Yeah, it's probably that. Is that Jim's
Jimmy's out walking.
The one where they just break the fourth wall too hard. Life is too short, Too many guys. Too many men.
Oh man, I also love the episode where because they keep making fun of him.
Yes.
And well, he was gonna shrink one guy.
Yeah.
And then they knocked it out and banned into the fucking hammer game thing.
Yeah.
But
Wasn't that the one where the aliens finally came back in the McSpankies?
in the McSpankies, yeah. And don't they try to do the Ruby Madness again or something? I don't remember. They basically do the same bit where they like turn them on each other again.
Yeah, something like that. Too many healer guys.
That episode also had the not Heya.
Yeah.
But like also very much Heya in the background. It's the fucking and I remember sitting there as a kid being like, I've heard this song.
Yeah.
This is a song that I've definitely heard
on the bus a million times.
Like, but then like you do put it together and you go, but it isn't. But like it's like one step removed.
This fight is annoying. It's like every dude is a healer.
I always wanted to go to Retroville.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Retroville looked cool.
Like the town?
Oh,
or
I
you
mean
mean the amusement park? Retroland?
Retroland.
Yeah, Retroland. Get on the Bat Out of Hell.
Yeah.
ride.
Bat Out of Hell's great. Yeah. How much do you think they brought the ships back at the end of the movie?
No.
And put the. Do you think the park had to just rebuild the entire park?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
We had these for 2 days.
Yeah, the park did just open.
The park, it was the grand opening in the movie.
Like
That's why they wanted to go
the
so
night
bad.
the parents were kidnapped was the grand opening. So
Yeah.
maybe it was more than 2 nights because I assume it was like a few days.
Well, yeah,
of the
it's like
kids being without
however.
their parents.
Yeah, that's true. They had to learn that like they wanted their mommies.
Yeah. I win.
I'm peeing in
the shower. Still peeing. I'm like, that's crazy.
It's been like 3 days.
Holy shit, Steve, you should get that looked at. Oh, there's no adults.
Who's gonna look at it?
Who's gonna look at it?
The doctor of candy, like fucking.
Tell me what I've done.
When Baldwin finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head.
My tummy hurts. Have a Starburst?
I love the kid that ate so much he got like so fat.
Comically large.
Like comically large. I love that they did the zoom trick.
What were you going
Zoom
to
out.
do?
Wow.
The Baldwin wanted him
Oh
to get to
man.
Turin.
Boy,
I
Jimmy
was
and
only supposed to
Boy Genius is on the
point out
list,
whether I
right?
did right
Yeah.
in Dalamil.
Has to be, yeah.
Then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end
Also love.
me.
You're not
Never gonna
worth the
forgot her
effort.
being able to self-destruct and put himself
be
back
gone.
together.
Before I change
That
my
became
mind.
that came in handy when he had to fight the copy robot.
Yeah.
Coward.
I need to find Goods. Right now.
That's my other favorite thing is that the Jimmy Power Hour they end up being like eaten by the evil Goddard.
Oh yeah, the decimator.
The
or some
decimator,
shit.
yeah, but when they're inside, it's like a massive fucking like wait.
Did you shrink or?
Stop calling me names.
Why does Goddard have a form of acid in his stomach?
I always loved in the Timmy Jimmy Power Hour when Timmy tries to do the brain blast and he's just think. I'm bored again.
I love that it zooms. It's like you hear like monkey sound. No, that's when she.
No, that was when Jimmy was trying to do a brain blast when he drained his brain too much.
No, but Cindy puts like the thought reader machine up to Timmy.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just monkey noises.
Yes.
and Timmy's just in there like.
Ruined my life and the lives of countless others.
I love it. The Jimmy Power made Timmy especially dumb.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely problem solved in Fairly Odd Parents, so he's not entirely stupid.
Yeah.
But to emphasize Jimmy's genius, they like really crank down Timmy's intelligence level.
I almost got that confused with the bit of them of Cosmo having the fucking record player in his head. I got this.
She did. I won't let you now.
Ooh, dinner theater.
No, it's Dancer's Brain.
Well, that too. There was that too.
Yeah. And also
that was a separate bit.
And also Britney was in his brain at one point.
Yeah.
Enough, all of ya.
Pop singing sensation Britney.
But how did you?
Oh man.
Again, I watched a video today talking about old Nick shows, and they were saying that Fairly Odd Parents wasn't funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking
That's
about?
crazy. It doesn't make any sense, man. Like, it was the same thing I was saying about Friends the other day, where it's like, you can't. It's objectively funny because it was popular for 10 years. It was a phenomenon for 10 years. So like, you could say it's not funny to you, but it's clearly funny to someone.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they were also saying like, oh, Fairly Odd Parents isn't that good. It peaked with Channel Chasers. Goodbye. And it's like, no. Like, yes, it peaked with Channel Chasers.
It definitely peaked with
But you
Channel
can't
Chasers.
say that it didn't keep a consistent good quality for a long time.
It's still, yeah, there's good episodes after Channel Chasers for sure. Not a lot, but yeah. Yeah. Listen. You're not gonna top, like, in terms of basic episode and not like special. You're not gonna top shit like. You'll never catch us, the real turd bombs, as we escape down the river in this rubber raft that we stole. Like, that's so good.
Well, even like some of the, like how they used to write Timmy's parents were also really funny. Like in the early seasons when they were just absolute assholes.
Yeah.
And I eye for an eye.
Hey, short stuff. We're going to the movies. All right. Not we, as in you and us.
Yes.
I mean, we, as in your mother and I. Ain't grammar great? Hey, pronouns again.
Is your son bringing a bunch of rolls of paper
Toilet
up to
paper
his
rolls up to his room, telling you not to bother him.
Don't bother me.
Is he?
Dad? No.
I love hyper-specific Dr. Phil.
I also
It's an easy
the
growth
other
of
like
life, one
also
eye
kind of
should
was
repair.
like where did you get all this stuff, young man?
You don't mean.
Internet? And where did you get the internet?
Lost into old wetlands back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen
That was the
it from
episode where they had like the
I'd love
Walmart
them with a
shoplifter.
but I didn't stop him
I'm
taking
so
his
glad that we
so took some of me
finally
home.
remembered
Sorry, lost everything.
where
His coin, his
the
clients.
where the fucking
Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due.
let me help you with that
But he crossed the
eyebrow
line. I
bit came from was
into
from
this.
the
Oh yeah.
It didn't hurt you,
the
did it?
Mr. Crocker helping people as a kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go stare angrily at this guy. Let me help you with that.
Oh yeah, I was going to go stare angrily at Dinkelberg.
Then we worked
Yeah.
our way down.
Yeah.
He'll learn
That
his
bothered.
lessons
That was like
soon enough.
weeks of my life trying to remember
It's where that came
where that
from.
came
Wet
from.
legs has learned it already.
Early Fairly Odd Parents fucking ruled. Yeah.
Let's get you
Mid
back
Fairly
to
Odd
the
Parents
hideaway.
ruled.
You've attracted
It really
constant
only was
attention
everything
already.
after Fairly Odd Baby that
Yeah,
did
Fairly
not-
Odd Baby like
that was
where
not good.
it literally fell off.
Fairly Odd Baby was the cutoff.
Yeah.
Remind me never to cross.
Was
you
Wishology
again.
after Fairly Odd Baby?
Yes.
Yeah. Wishology.
Wishology is good. It has its moments.
Wishology is good because it's a fuller story.
Yeah.
So it has an advantage of just like a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like the only thing good is like Brendan Fraser,
Yeah. Of course.
Kiss,
Yeah.
Bean Kiss, and Magic.
2 Patrick Warburtons.
2 Patrick Warburtons. Better than 1.
I'm sorry, no.
But like yeah, like
I didn't mean to
the
make
special
things
still
worse.
landed until like after I think after Wishology the
Is
special.
really where it
Right, that's-
fucked off.
Like the episodes were already falling after Fairy Baby,
Well, someone
but then
had to.
Wishology was like the last like
Parents certainly
I
didn't
could
give a
watch
whit for your
this special
well-being.
Yeah.
and
Reckon
not
the both of us
throw
are good
up.
person.
And not
It was
feel
the
like
last
shit.
good special because there was
You've
one
always
after
been
that,
my eye,
and
girls.
that one was
If
terrible.
you stay that way,
Yeah, I remember liking Wishology a
Don't you
lot. That was
dare
the
go
last thing.
looking
Yeah, because
for
again, it was a
trouble again.
serialized story.
It also worked as like
If you
it
ever
could have
need
been
help,
the end
I'll
of the
do
show.
it
Yeah,
again.
honestly, Channel Chasers
It
should have been.
You can't stop
Channel
me.
Chasers should have been the end, but if not Channel Chasers, then Wishology
'Cause, like,
should have been the end.
There's something so beautifully perfect in
Thanks,
Timmy
Nan.
losing the
I'll
memory
let
of the
you down.
fairies
Mm-hmm.
and falling back in the cycle of a bad babysitter.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Like
he
people
won't
were like,
do
"Why
for
would
you.
Timmy do that?" Because he doesn't remember.
I don't remember.
He like anything involving the fairies was
To make
erased
it
from his
done
mind,
in life.
including the good times they brought him. All he remembers, he probably remembers Vicky,
Yeah.
but
Till then,
the point is much like The Simpsons, as they say in that special in the Simpsons universe, all the adults are stupid,
Yeah.
and they just continue that bit at the end. It's the same thing, and it's even better because they get Cosmo and Wanda as kids,
you make me
and
want to go down,
it's a
mister.
good ending. It's a
Don't
it's
go
a fair
thinking
place
that'll
to
do you
be,
any
and he
favours.
even has a slight memory of them right at
Posting
the end
today
when he
will
looks
cost
at the
you same
photo.
as it did
Yeah.
yesterday.
You know, like it's good. It's good. It's a nice little bow.
It works out.
Like I know some people were annoyed that Timmy repeated that cycle. He's just another idiot parent, but like that's kind of the point.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. Is
It's-
that's why the fairies keep getting worse.
Right. It's literally the whole thing with that friends is that in a way it's kind of meant to be, you know, your childhood bottled up.
Yeah.
You know, in an era where you have these fairies. It's literally meant to be this is fun. You have all this fun and then you grow up, and it's not that you don't have fun anymore, but you know, shit changes.
Yeah.
You know, like shit, you move on, and that was the whole point of the episode is that Timmy just didn't want to grow up.
Yeah. But it's like at some point he's gonna have to.
So that's what bothers me even more about the stupid fucking secret wish thing.
Yeah, the secret wish thing was bad about that, and also, like, even though not canon anymore, but it was supposed to be when it was made. all of the fucking grow up Timmy Turner specials.
Yeah.
Ruined that shit a lot.
Don't get me wrong, I like Drake Bell.
Oh, I know.
Rutherford.
And God bless him for he acted in those movies.
He worked with what he was given.
Yeah. He did Yellow Man too. Like they worked with what they had. But also, to be fair, that third one was just Butch giving them a Hawaii trip.
Yeah.
Which,
Did Timmy have to turn into a fairy at the end, though?
He died.
He did die.
I think the crazy part.
That is not
I think
yeah.
Like I wouldn't mind him becoming a fairy
if it wasn't Kid him with no buck teeth.
And
also, he died.
And on top of that, like he can even be Kid him as a fairy.
Yeah.
Don't end with a bit where Tootie is still into it though.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
That was a weird interaction.
Turn her into a fairy too.
Yeah. Kill her too.
She turns back to Kid Tootie and Timmy's immediately like,
never mind. Where's Trixie?
They never question that.
Like,
they let Timmy just be the guy that goes, now you're hot. And they leave it at that.
They sure do.
And I'm like, that's fucked up. Every other kid thing would scold you for that.
Yeah.
But they just let that be a character trait. It's the same vibe as all those movies where they go,
Rutherford, Chief Steward.
Take off the glasses, let down your hair.
Like,
wow. Like, okay.
Thank you for coming.
Channel Chasers was supposed to be the end, but Nick wanted Butch to make more episodes. Yeah, but then also Nickelodeon threatened to cancel him twice.
Yeah.
And Butch was like, no, I'll keep going.
Nick is a fickle thing.
Yeah.
Butch is an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
So, really, no one wins.
No one wanted that situation.
This wasn't a GT situation.
No, it was Butch Hartman getting threatened because he realized Steve Marmel was a better writer than he. So he fired him.
And then decided to go to
And
Flash
listen,
for some reason.
And listen, Steve Marmel also has a lot of stinkers. He wrote Smosh the movie.
The
We're talking about this
gears
match.
of governance have ground
They go into
to a
YouTube,
halt,
man.
and without a
That movie gave Anthony a fucking hernia.
the realm threatens to drift into
He doesn't deserve that for Smosh the movie.
Smosh the movie is such a funny, like,
there is a way to avoid
big ass pimple on Ian and Anthony's like history together.
I'm glad they're able to talk about it in a way of like, yeah, that did suck.
Yeah. Well, because, I'm glad, like, it's all fully undefined. They don't have to, like... They're not under contract to say good things about it all this time later. Because some people are fucking stuck in a situation like that.
Or some people would just double down, like certain people with a certain movie called Not Cool still thinks that movie's good. Why?
Oh, the other thing, I'm glad that Lucas Cruikshank comes back around and says Fred was a time in my life.
I think there were things where I was saying where he was like, yeah, when I was like filming like Fred the Show, like I have like no memory of doing that.
I just blacked out and the spirit of Fred took over.
And then Shane Top appeared as a cookie. Like, fucking strange.
I suppose I'll start
I'm gonna get that cake, Fred.
I'll never forget Shane Top's appearance in the one episode of Sam and Cat where
he dies.
Where Ariana Grande was busy.
Yeah, so she was in a box the whole episode.
In a box.
Man. That was a very, that episode was talked about a lot in her book.
Well, yeah, because
in
that
Jeanette
was
McCurdy's book.
That was her whole shtick of, like, Ariana getting special treatment.
Yeah, it's treated better than me. But she was.
Because, she started popping off after Victoria's.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, that's not on Ariana.
No, and I don't. She didn't say it was either.
Yeah,
it was the producers that she was.
There was so much stuff back then.
But she was also like, it made me kind of resent Ariana a little bit. But like, how could it not?
I think my more issue is like at the fan speculation stuff
that they like hated each
that
other.
like made that like festered. They did the same thing with like Victoria Justice.
Yeah, where they're like, oh, Victoria Justice is like a huge bitch, and she always was like, she never wanted people to sing with her because she thought they were better or whatever.
And I'm like, I don't.
It's like none of that was true.
I was like, oh, that seems unlikely.
The only one of those rumors that was true was the shit with Zoe 101. That was actually true. With, like, Jamie Lynn, like, bullying everyone on set.
Yeah. Which,
got himself in trouble.
after seeing Zoe 102...
Yeah. I can believe it.
Michael didn't get a line, man.
Michael wasn't allowed to speak for 90% of the movie.
Told you.
And then even
thank God Lyric Reese could talk, though. The funniest character in the whole movie. Logan's sister that he always had.
That shit pisses me off so much because we've seen his family.
These men are trying to
like, actively.
Yeah.
I'll deal with this.
I haven't seen his dad. I don't remember.
No, but the thing is that they went to his house for the whole shooting of that reality show.
If you
okay.
And there was no Lyric Reese there.
Yeah. Like, both his parents.
She was too funny.
Or you
can go back to your garrison and I won't be
God.
to your captain.
Good God.
Damn.
Oh, you're more than welcome to.
God damn.
She's just too funny.
I'll never get over, like, the reason why I ended up wanting to watch it with you was specifically when I saw it produced by Jamie Lynn Spears.
Yeah.
I went, pause.
Oh, man.
We gotta watch this. Because I was just like, I was like, as soon as I saw that, I went, oh, it was executive produced by Jamie Lynn Spears, and I went,
hold on a sec,
that can't be good.
And it wasn't.
Like, it's not that Jamie Lynn Spears has ever invoked, like a poor, because I've never seen her in a producer role, right? So I don't have that, but
it's more so just like, it seems so self-serving.
Right, it's
and usually that does not bode well.
She could have been the nicest person in the world.
Yeah.
And I still would have thought that would be a problem. Because 90% of the time when you see the lead role of the thing being a producer,
yeah,
it
never bodes well.
It's not a good sign.
It's just so crazy to me that Zoe 102 was able to butcher almost every character.
It's crazy. It was like checking off a list. The only one that sort of survived was Chase, but even he faltered when he just took Zoe back in that whole thing.
Yeah. Well, no, Michael was fine because he wasn't really allowed to speak.
No, that's still butchering him though.
Yeah, because he was the loudmouth character.
He's the funny guy, and they didn't let him do anything.
They even butchered PCA.
They killed the whole show.
It's crazy how
they slaughtered the damn thing.
Yeah.
It's insane. Don't get me wrong, I've watched the show again after Zoe 102. Like, I've watched, like, and it still holds up. I still like the show.
Yeah. You just pretend the thing doesn't exist.
But it's so glaring when, like,
much has changed.
They threw that shit out. Listen, I will get the video out. Because I've found the format that I'm going to do it with. And I found a way to make it work in a release at this point. The problem that I hadn't released is because the longer it goes away from its original release, it's like, do I even release at this point? But if I release it under the window I'm talking about, it'll be fine. But, dude, that's what I was about to say. The simultaneous when they did the PCA scene was so funny. Just, what? Because it was only later that I remembered that there's an episode all about the principal, the dean, having a history of PCA of winning the golf tournament. At
there's
PCA.
a whole history. He didn't start the school.
And the ghost.
Yeah.
That whole thing with the years ago fucking yearbook and shit.
Like Dean Rivers went to PCA. Like he didn't start the school.
It was such a crazy move. It makes no sense.
Well, like even why?
That's what I mean. Like I can't find a fathomable reason.
It's not safe here.
To the only thing I can think is that they started at people think the school's ridiculous dream school.
Yeah.
And
so let's make it not
a real school, basically. Let's expose it that it's not even real. But it's like they had classes.
No.
Yeah.
They learned things. They had teachers. You know what I mean?
It sounds like the end of Accepted.
We learn things.
We learn things.
In Expressing Ourselves 101, we learn. I love that movie.
It's such a good movie.
Justin Long nailed it.
Oh yeah.
At that last scene, when he just goes when he hits him with the, it's the most Justin Long thing.
Mm-hmm.
When he hits him with the fucking, do it, like that whole fucking movement he does is the most Justin Long acting I've ever. Just the fucking. I also love Lewis Black in that movie. He's great.
I still stand by what I said in your Zoe 102 video regarding PCA. Where it's like, why would you take something that's so beloved and just funny haha make it awful?
Right. Like, why is the answer to people think this school is unbelievable to destroy it?
Yeah.
Like, why is that your fucking response?
Like, I'll still stand by. That would be like if in Ned's Declassified, if they did like a reboot and they're like, oh yeah, Gordy was like a fucking pedophile.
Yeah, like, huh? Like,
it's like, everybody loved Gordy because he was the cool guy to hang out with. Why would you destroy him?
Like, it's even funnier too, because like you can still do the PCA closed down thing.
Yeah.
You can just say it didn't have funding anymore because it was a crazy school.
Yeah.
Like,
it became too expensive.
Like, and then you can still do the thing where they go back and restore it for the winning. Like, you can do that whole thing still.
Yeah.
Without destroying the past of PCA.
Also, like, what's the point? Like, that also cheapens the thing of like, oh well, let's do this at PCA at the end or whatever.
Right, because why would they like it?
Yeah. Why would it be like? I know it's where they met, but like, wouldn't that be a terrible memory? That now they're in debt for the rest of their lives.
Which doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah, because who are they in debt to if it wasn't real? Who are they in debt to? Who are they paying? Also, it was a fucking high school, not a college.
No, so I will give them the pass because it's a private school. Yeah. But for A,
their parents would be paying.
Their parents would be paid. B, and their parents probably were, because I'm pretty sure the parents, when they were on the show, made jokes about having to pay for it.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, if it was fake, they would have stopped.
They would have got the money back from the government or something when they got caught.
Yeah.
And even if they didn't get the money back and they just got screwed out of the money,
they wouldn't have debt.
What did they debt to? It doesn't make sense.
It's almost like it was a stupid fucking joke.
You can't go from PCA's fake and say the debt's real. No, it isn't.
Yeah, no, that can't happen.
Like, come on. Like, it makes it seem like they were trying to be like, well, we want the end of the movie to have the school like shut down and like closed up, so they have to restore it.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make it play up the fact of how unbelievable the school it was. So the only explanation
is that it wasn't real.
It was a fucking like fraud thing.
Yeah.
But if they just thought for 2 more seconds, they'll come up with what I just said, which is it got too expensive because of how crazy it was, and the school shut down.
Yeah. Oh, you know.
Look at that!
Wow, so easy.
And that's honestly even funnier. You can still make the debt joke. Because
yeah.
the school got so expensive.
Yeah.
It still doesn't make sense because the parents should be paying for it.
Yeah.
But I'll overlook that.
Yeah.
Because the school was still good.
Because the school still existed.
But now I'm upset that you broke down the school and then you have the nerve to make a debt joke.
Yeah.
It was like trying to jingle keys at like millennials.
Yeah, literally.
Like, whoa, debt, am I right?
College,
like,
student loans.
Shut up! Like, holy shit.
If you needed to know the first sign that this movie was going to be bad was as soon as they showed that Zoe works for a TV studio.
Oh my god.
And not a fashion company.
Oh my god. It's crazy because like executive produced by Jamlin Spears.
No, I just need to find the herbs.
Did you not
Yellow with a heady scent.
like remember anything?
Probably not.
Apparently. And I honestly, you can go further back. You can go even before the executive producer Jamlin Spears.
Yeah.
You can go further back to the interviews leading up to the movie where they're like, there was all these unanswered questions.
Like?
No, there wasn't.
There was literally no unanswered questions.
I can't think of a single one aside from what happens next, which is
that's everything Molly needs
you don't
for
have to
this
make a
recipe.
movie for, but if you do that.
Yeah.
Not like the worst thing was that it was the most insane misunderstanding of the whole
Did
thing.
you have that word with Tomes then?
Like Jamie Lynn Spears' executive producer
was as helpful as ever.
put the whole guys under. Well, the show was about Zoe,
Yeah.
which is like
No, it was about
for
all of them.
episode 1,
Yeah. It was about all of them.
and then the rest of the show was about the entire cast.
Well, also, Zoe doesn't act like Zoe in that whole movie.
No, exactly. She acts like a standard Hallmark character.
Yeah, it
Who's
was like, oh, quirky girl fell
oh,
down.
I have to. Oh my god! Now I have to lie harder.
Yeah.
The best character in that movie was the fake boyfriend.
Yeah. And he was a murderer.
He was a murderer, which is a wild ending. That's the saving grace of that whole movie was that ending. The only good part in that whole fucking movie
Is that he ended up being the killer?
is that he was a murderer.
Yeah, but we
And
called it from like
the
beginning.
But it may have been predictable. But the fact that he has someone in his trunk and gets away with it.
Yeah.
And you're just left. The end of the movie just ends with that's a dead person.
Yeah.
They're dead.
That's a dead guy.
No one's suspicious of it.
Yep.
There's no reason they would go after him.
It honestly, out of anything in that whole movie, that felt like the most Dan Schneider ending to a thing that they could have done. Where it's just like, that's a thing now. Okay.
It, honest to God, it felt like early-ish Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
Because late Dan Schneider would never get that funny with a bit.
I didn't watch late Dan Schneider, so it's what I know Dan Schneider as.
I'm talking about like an iCarly ending or like a Victorious ending.
I still feel like
Where they're like, hey, didn't we leave Trina back in El Salvador? Oh well. End of the episode.
Yeah, I guess it's true. I guess we don't know if Kat's brother is a serial killer or not. Well, we know. Well,
No, he's in Henry Danger.
He's Henry Danger. He is a villain.
Yeah.
Man, it makes Frankini way more fucked up. We got real feet around. Apparently, that was weird. Get gallons of actual blood. You wanted fake blood?
I reckon you might be right. It was decent then. I take it.
What the fuck? It turns Frankini into a quirky villain in Henry Danger to an actual serial killer.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're like,
you command a party of your finest
you're
men
like,
and women.
oh my god,
Your
serial
dozen
killer.
blue-back
What's he
wildlings
like?
forthwith.
Frankini the Great. Like,
And he has like a nice relationship with Goomer from Sam and Cat.
Listen, humor is the best part of that whole thing.
Of all of Sam and Cat. Hi, Mimi.
He's better in Henry Danger than he ever is in Sam and Cat.
I'm sure.
There's the Henry Danger the musical, where he has a beautiful voice.
Okay.
For no reason. He like they're like Captain Man's like, I need someone to sing with me, and he goes, I'll sing with you. And you're like, and Frankie's like, Goomer. I've heard that voice before. When you were at school, did you do a musical?
What happened here?
A musical about cats. Was it cats? Not important.
They've already relieved me of my belongings.
It's a good, listen, halfway, the second half of Henry Danger is solid.
And then you found him.
What about Danger Force?
Alistair Rockford,
Honestly,
attendant to the Lady Ariana
also not bad, because it's the same team.
Yeah.
Of the seven high
So,
houses
like,
of Rosaria.
yeah, it falls a bit short in places because they played it more towards it. Like, Henry Danger kind of grew up with its audience a little bit, and then Danger Force kind of reset it.
Yeah. That's kind of why they did it, because Henry Danger was like 30 now.
Yes, he is.
But
The Lady Dowager has
then
granted
it
me
was
leave
still, the
to
writing was
assist
still
with
on
the street.
point.
Yeah.
I was on my way back from the
They had a
and
sus
I
jar.
saw some villagers being
Like because Captain Man kept they all kept saying sus too much at one point. So they had a jar. There's a whole scene where they're like, "That's pretty sus, dude. Yeah, so sus."
That's pretty funny.
And I'm like, "That's pretty good." That's a good way to interlope like modern terms and just make it a bit because they're saying it too much.
Or you do it like fucking Mutant Mayhem and just make it sound natural.
Well, it's a give and a take, isn't it? Because, like, on a Nick show, it's hard to make anything sound natural.
So true.
Especially at that point.
But a Nick movie.
Depends on, well, it depends, because TMNT that's a Nick movie, but it's, like, far removed.
I guess.
It has Nick's name on it. That's kind of it. It's a Seth Rogen film.
It was a Seth Rogen film.
Yeah.
Which is also wild.
No, Seth Rogen's awesome. He does The Boys.
He does?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Seth Rogen directs The Boys.
I had no idea.
He helps with Invincible. That's why he's in Invincible.
Okay. He's also in Mutant Mayhem.
But, like, yeah, Seth Rogen's good, man.
I mean, I never doubted it. I never thought that Seth Rogen was, like, not good.
He's also one of my favorite bits in the Chip and Dale movie.
Oh, is it the Kumbo?
No, yeah, all the Seth Rogen characters
in
one cut. I'm fucking laughing over that. Whoa. I think the crazy, like, there's so much about the Chip and Dale movie that I don't like, that of course aren't great. But overall, there's some good bits in it. The fact that they were able to, like, Mantis is there. This is a Disney movie.
Yeah.
They have Mantis. They had, like live action Pumbaa makes sense. They had Bob.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, these are other studios.
Yeah.
So, like,
Ugly Sonic.
While it was a bit of a dead horse at that point.
Yeah.
I do love Tim Robinson. Yes, ugly Sonic, uglier cry.
Well, also how that apparently is like the thing that saves them. Is
shows
Ugly Sonic showing up with the FBI.
Listen, the only problem that I have was the choice of animation.
Yeah.
Like, I know that they made it part of the bit. Like, oh, I got CG surgery.
Yeah, CGI surgery.
But, like, no. Like, either...
It would have been funnier if the other chipmunk was actually 2D animated.
Yeah.
And not, like, cel-shaded.
Yeah, not just cel-shaded. Yeah. Like, it's not the Chip and Dale movie I wanted, but it's not inherently bad.
Yeah.
It just has a lot of flaws because I would rather just a Rescue Rangers continuation. Like, proper.
Yeah.
But everyone wanted.
Maybe eventually.
It would just hurt more
I mean, after this whole fucking Goofy movie love, like, they're gonna go back to the Disney Afternoon and shit.
Yeah, well, we're getting Darkwing Duck.
There it is.
Tommy's coming back.
I mean, what else is he doing other than being on a podcast saying, let's get dangerous over and over?
I think Seth Rogen's directing Darkwing Duck, too.
Sick.
I actually think I heard that somewhere. Hold on, I need to look that up.
You gonna fact check that?
Because I think I remember seeing that in, like, the reports.
There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
See you later.
This looks to be all of them.
Yeah. It's, development for the reboot began in 2020 with Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg credited as executive producers.
That's crazy.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
That's great, man. But yeah, no, after DuckTales 2017, where all these characters got big references, like, it hurt. That they just didn't do a continuation.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a
I love John Mulaney.
Yeah.
And who played?
Have their hands full.
It was John Mulaney and someone
Andy
else.
Samberg.
Andy Samberg. I love both of them.
Yeah.
But it just,
There are few
it's like,
hands left to work the fields.
No.
And even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare.
Funny, and there's some
the
Kingdom
price
Hearts
for what
references in there, which I was
remains
very
is
appreciative of.
It's not uncommon to
But-
see a fight break out.
I thought Darkwing Duck was canceled.
When I said
No,
the ones
it's
who
been
attacked
talked about
me didn't
still.
have the look of bandits, I meant
Like, I literally saw news about it the other day.
Rockford,
Maybe they brought it back.
listen to me.
Maybe they canceled it and brought it back.
If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
We need a Gargoyles reboot, though.
Please.
Oh, man. Bring it back.
I shall return to
But don't do it without Bruce Timm.
Allow
Please.
me to
Yeah.
see first.
Although,
Had you
It needs to be that Bruce Timm style.
it needs to, but Bruce Timm has been kind of weird recently with the Batman stuff.
It was he who sent
What do you
me.
mean?
He got they kind of let him like off the leash a bit with like the Batman movies.
Yeah.
Like the modern ones post animated series.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like way more sexual.
It's getting a little horny.
It's a little too horny.
Listen, if he wants to get horny with Harley Quinn, I'm not gonna say.
I
no.
draw the line at the Batman, Batwoman.
I draw the line there. That's
that
creepy.
one was weird.
Yeah, that's creepy. In Killing Joke, they had it so that Batman and Batwoman got together, and it's like, Batman, you're like friends with her dad. That's weird. There's like a 20-year age difference.
Yeah, and she like is like just.
You're still here.
Like she's in the definition of barely lean. Like she's like
she's in college in that movie. Right?
Yeah, I think
so.
She's young.
Speaking of which,
Like
I received word
she's
from
at most or at least like 20.
Yeah, at the very least.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But it's like,
Yeah.
why would you taint the Killing Joke with this garbage?
Yeah, Killing Joke
Just
is-
do the Killing
Right,
Joke.
The reason we wanted a Killing Joke movie was because it's a good story.
It's
Storm is in crisis.
not
If we are to free
whatever
her, we
bullshit you're
must
trying to do.
And like you can make, they tried to make the arguments like, oh, we needed to fill time, but it's like the Killing Joke is a long story.
As it is mine.
Batwoman is Bruce's cousin, so that would be even worse. Sorry,
Batgirl, whatever.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Listen, Batgirl, Batwoman. I'm not a DC guy. You're lucky I even know the Killing Joke.
You want to know what's something though? It does sound worse when you say Batman got with Batgirl.
It does make it sound worse. No, I do think, like, you also, like, if you want filler, put action. It's Batman.
I know. Just
Make
have
him fight some
more
criminals.
Yeah, have him fight more dudes.
Like,
he has to go through the entire fucking amusement park to get to Commissioner Gordon. Like, fucking do that.
Like, even if you don't want to spend the time doing, like, the little beats in Killing Joke, you want to just focus on the main ones, do what anyone else would do with filler in a superhero show, and just put him fighting doing action.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Not
fill
like
it
this
with
weird fucking Batgirl side plot where they end up fucking. Like, it's so weird.
So it was such a weird choice. Like, I don't mind the horror.
Too much.
Like,
the wrong people.
Cross the line. Like, back it up.
Not with Batgirl. Batgirl's like not like the character to be horny over.
At the very least, you know, if you're gonna show her in any horny light, at least have it like she's flirting with a guy her age.
Her age, yeah.
You know, because that's realistic.
Have her like
she's
flirt
in
with
college.
Robin.
Yeah, she's
Doesn't she get with a Robin?
One of them, I think.
Maybe
what?
Nightwing. No. It's not Dick. It's Tim.
It might be.
Yeah, I think it's Tim. She gets with. Like, do that.
Well, Tim became JJ.
JJ.
Yeah, Batman Beyond.
I didn't really watch Batman Beyond.
That was the big thing. The Joker kidnapped Tim Drake Robin, and
he was gonna like redo Death in the Family, right?
He turned him into Joker Jr.
Yeah,
like succeeded.
Yes. Oh yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah, that was what was shown in Batman Beyond.
Yeah,
as like the thing that made Batman like fall, basically. I think it was meant to imply that was what made him kill Joker or something.
Yeah.
Only for Joker to return in Batman Beyond.
Return of the Joker.
Which I still don't. I think it's supposed to be a different guy following the dichotomy of the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Following like the thesis, basically. So it sounds like Mark Hamill and it looks like the Joker, but I think
it's not him.
It's a different guy. I think is what the plot summary was on that. I love Batman Beyond, and I like that everyone likes the suit a lot, and I'm glad that they want, you know, Batman Beyond movie, but I gotta tell you, the thing that kills me with the Batman Beyond suit is the face.
Yeah.
How do you translate that? It works in the style.
Yeah, but it's like, how are you gonna make that, like, work in not animation.
They tried doing it in the Arkham series to a 50-50 reaction from people.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
But it's like, and they don't imply that it's a stylistic thing. Like his mouth is there.
Yeah.
Like they make it a thing that like.
No, it's Joker. It's way more complicated than that.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
She doesn't end up with any Robin? I thought there was a... She has a very brief thing with Dick, but it doesn't last.
Yeah, I thought it was Dick.
I thought...
Because she spends more time
Then
with
who
Dick and
does-
they're in the same range. They're in the same age range.
Then who does Tim,
'Cause Drake
get
is,
with?
Tim Drake is young.
He's not that young.
Yeah, but he's younger than her.
Yeah.
I don't think she would get with
I thought
Tim
Tim
Drake.
got with somebody, like, important. I don't fucking know. Whatever.
Well...
I'm probably confusing it with something else.
I get isn't no, I was about to say something really stupid because I was about to say Teen Titans Robin is Tim Drake, but no, that's Dick
Dick.
Grayson because he becomes Nightwing.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason we know it's Dick.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what Teen Titans you're talking about. If you're talking about the comics...
Well, yeah. No, I'm talking about...
You're talking about the comics, it's Tim. If you're talking about the show, it's Dick.
It's Dick.
And if you're talking about the later animated movie, it's Damien.
She awaits us within.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the 2004 show.
Yeah.
The
The
good
he
one.
becomes Nightwing.
The good one.
Yeah, the good one.
No.
Teen Titans Go.
No!
No.
Dude, I can't believe they brought Red X back in Harley Quinn.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the new season of Harley Quinn, Red X.
Interesting.
He comes back, and I'm like...
Alright.
I mean, it makes sense. Character created in one animated show brings back a character created in another animated show. Which, by the way, I love Red X. He's so fucking cool. I'm on board with that trade, right? Still don't understand him. Don't understand a single thing about him.
Yeah.
Don't know who he is. Don't know who he was.
My Lord Marquis.
We knew at one point it was our Robin.
Yeah.
Comes back. Not Robin.
Not Robin.
Who the fuck is he? They'll never know. Nope.
If only we had another season.
Keeper of the flame of the
I think the implication was that it's Jason Todd.
Probably.
But that's like, I guess, so he's Red Hood, but not?
Yeah.
Do you care to elaborate?
The undying are loyal
I don't
servants
like
to the
that.
ducal throne.
No, it is Joker, but it's more complicated than that. Like, I don't like that it's.
To its heir.
No, it's.
They have served
It's
our
the same
family for
Joker,
generations.
but somehow it's more complicated than it just being a different guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's already complicated.
Is it something where it's like, oh, he like transferred his consciousness into another Joker body and...
That's what I think it is. I remember it being a different guy, because I remember it being like, well, Joker couldn't be alive.
And since the day I
This is
left
the future.
Yeah.
has been
Like,
my constant
or at least
companion and protector.
if he's alive, he can't be this active.
young.
Yeah.
Not have survived my
Yeah.
journey across the realm.
Rise.
Headphones are hurting my ears a little bit.
Yeah. That's why I like my Sennheisers. They're like,
You saved my brother.
they're so like big that they
yeah.
don't cover my ears.
I need to get new headphones.
I
These ones are
outdid
like
my duty.
dying.
I recommend a Sennheiser.
Come now.
A little pricey, but if you
Tell us what
catch
you
Amazon at the right time, you can get a. That's how I got my deal, and
Your
Juan
Grace.
got his. He actually sent me.
It is as you
He
feared.
sent me the link when they went on sale again. I went, ah.
The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night.
The only downside is they are open back,
Mm-hmm.
so noise
It
leak.
was the
Whatever. I don't give that much of a shit.
But
Beyond any doubt.
I ain't trying to watch porn with these.
I've had the unfortunate thing where I've like when I've the days that I've left these earbuds at your house, I've had to be like,
flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement
Peter?
in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign
I hate Peter.
and Guillote and the other were looking into the matter.
Gio?
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon
real
went
talk?
anchor shortly after the
I
Phantom
always make
Thread.
sure animals out of the room. I've seen a clip of a girl like on a cam stream, like with a vibrator, and the cat's like on the cam, and the cat's just like.
And the Black Galleon sails up at one man's
Poor
behest.
cat's getting like traumatized.
Barnabas Thar.
Like, it's like it probably doesn't matter, but my brain is like, I don't want this cat. I don't want this fucking. I mean, it makes more sense. I mean, Shion is like crazier still right now, so like, I'd probably start to be like, like get away from me! You gotta go.
So he uploaded his consciousness into a microchip, that he implemented into Tim when he was JJ, and it just didn't activate.
Oh, so it's Tim Drake.
So it's Tim Drake, but with Joker's consciousness.
Gotcha.
Cringe.
So I was
inaccurate.
I was like half right.
Inaccurate.
It is a different guy.
Yeah, it is.
It's Tim Drake.
Yeah, it's
but
Tim Drake.
It is a different guy.
But it's not a different guy posing as Joker.
Right,
It's Joker posing as a different guy.
You're right. It's not more complicated. It's stupider.
It's even dumber.
Listen, I love that and beyond. Not a great plotline.
Distinguished members of the council.
Oh,
You
shit.
must
Oh,
forgive
fuck.
His Majesty this intrusion.
Oh boy.
What is the meaning of this?
Mutiny.
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king, he has come to save us from the Akashic.
I wouldn't say that.
He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Walud. Ah, so you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough.
Oh. They're dead. Is that his keyblade?
He wields the power of Odin. As you are uninitiated
Imagine yourselves
with the
worthy of
Final Fantasy lore, Odin has an ability called Zentetsuken,
Okay.
The girl is still
which
here,
is always
somewhere in the city.
a one-shot.
Consciousness
Oh, no.
failed to ripping with her late father's hubris.
And I'm gonna get that.
Consciousness to which mythos
Maybe.
is inextricably bound.
If you don't die to it first.
Inexorably drawn.
I'll die to it 6 times.
See that he is made
I'll
welcome.
count.
Yes, Your Majesty. Come, mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
Oh, he killed the organ player too.
No. No, not him. I really like that guy.
Oh, what was he doing? Just play music.
So then, how long has Walud been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed?
3, maybe
Based
4.
on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years.
Days?
Mayhap more.
Maybe 5.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
PM.
The tapestry. Show
4 PM.
That's recent.
That's
What happened?
It's 5 o'clock, so that was recent.
What happened? Oh, it's expensive. Tickles me every time.
Vic's got a bathroom now, dear. But what is it?
Oh, it's
It is old,
expensive.
ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apodatory meant.
I see problems.
I see problems.
But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose.
What is Ultima's purpose?
That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons
Stuff.
congregate, that I believe
Lord.
to be Ultima. He He is a god.
Feel like doing it.
His very
I just want to see the
existence
power of
beyond
human will.
our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects. And while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive. Which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No.
It is I
don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
I feel like it's a lot to like take in out of nowhere that like you're like facing
I
God.
will be accompanying
Pretty
my
much.
brother
Like this is the first time I think they hard call him a god.
Like he's a god.
Or the god, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the god of the religion that we base our entire kingdoms around.
He's real.
He's real, and we're gonna fight him.
He's tangible, and he's against us.
But it is my duty.
And he
to...
hates you the most. Special guy.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. Please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
He just lets out a little.
You have my word.
A little peck.
You good?
Farewell.
No.
Alright.
You're dead, Jose.
Bye. See you when I die.
Okay.
Do we see her again?
Bye, Yote. See you never.
Let's find our friends.
I think we do.
Oh. Bye, Yote. See you never.
It's been a while.
Is that on my laptop?
Yeah, we're gonna finish.
We're gonna
anyway.
finish in a second.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for the cutscene to be over.
I still need it though, because I have to do it.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Where is it?
It's in her backpack.
Plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I had to let her go.
Well, while I do this, you know how to do the outro.
Yeah, guys, you can go. You can leave. You can get out of here. No. Yeah, you guys can hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. Let us know. I'm about to say let us know in the comments, like there was no live chat. You know, if you're watching the VOD, let us know if you like the VOD. You can also like the stream, of course. You can hit the bell notification next to the subscribe button to notify when we are streaming again and when we upload. We have some funny little uploads coming up soon, so keep your eyes on the channel. If I do so myself. We also have merch in the merch store, which is in the link below. Where you can buy shirts, you can buy mugs, you can buy stickers, you can buy a notebook, you can buy...
No notebook.
Oh, the notebook's gone. I'm sorry.
They canceled that.
They canceled.
Yeah,
They?
Yes, they.
Oh.
Yeah, they removed the ability to make notebooks. So now we can't sell our notebook. From existence.
From existence.
Yes. There's no such thing as a notebook anymore. What are we talking about?
They took the word away too.
The what word?
I can't say. Anyway.
Thank God, that means that movie's gone.
Whatever will we do?
Oh no, not the
with Ryan.
What? Oh no.
They got rid of him too.
Just his last name.
Well, it's specifically him. Like there's other Ryans.
Oh. Anyway, guys, you can do all that stuff. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I post my art. Days for Days is the handle. You can also find the same name on YouTube and Twitch.
And tomorrow there's going to be a new upload.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. The review for Crash 2 in the Insane Trilogy is finally coming out tomorrow, and the Crash retrospective will be going on every week until it's done. So there's going to be nothing in between, no breaks. It's going to keep going. And also on Monday...
Monday.
That's very Ethan energy.
On Monday, you'll see a brand new video from the both of us where we try out some life hacks.
That's right.
That we totally didn't film.
Don't get too excited, ladies.
And we definitely didn't film like 2 years ago.
It has not been 2 years.
It's been at least a year.
It's been at least a year, but it's not been 2 years.
I think it's a year. I think it's been a year.
And I think it's barely that.
I don't know. We might have filmed that in January of 2024.
Sorry.
Look it up.
What?
Look it up.
I can't look it up.
Look it up.
I don't think we can look it up.
Can't look it up.
Look it up. Check on Google.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you two guys. That shit's on Sunday.
Sunday, son.
I can't believe Jesus is coming back for 420.
I would also come back for 420.
Good for Jesus. Anyway. Bye-bye.
Continue.